Live from Idaho Central Arena in Boise, Idaho, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As tonight's the last of a two-game weekend series as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Oddly enough, it's the last regular season meeting between the Grizzlies and Steelheads here at Idaho Central Arena. Later on in the month of January, going into February, the Grizzlies will have 6 games at Maverick Center against Idaho. So these teams will meet 9 times during the regular season. Utah is 1-1 against Idaho this year. On opening night, Utah lost 7-2 at Idaho on October 18th. Last night, the Grizzlies played maybe the best 60 minutes worth of hockey that they've had all season as they defeated Idaho 4-1. Grizzlies got a first period goal from Craig Armstrong, 6:41 into the contest as he collected the goal off a rebound off a Cameron Buell shot. Cade Nelson also picked up an assist. And then later on in the first period, 10 minutes and 3 seconds later, 16:44 in, it was Dylan Fitz connecting on a one-timer from the left circle and a great pass from Andrew Nilsson. It was Fitz's 6th goal of the year, and the Grizzlies led 2-0 after one period. Idaho got their lone goal last night, 25 seconds into the second period, as Patrick Cudley, who's normally a defenseman, but is acting as a forward this weekend. Cudley got his 5th goal of the year with A.J. White and Patrick Moynihan getting the assists. Andrew Nelson made it a 3-1 game as he scored from the right wing, 5:19 into the second period. Neil Shea added a third period goal that came 1:05 into the third period. How about Neil Shea? He's been unbelievable. He's got 13 goals in 12 games this season. So for the Grizzlies, they're looking for the weekend series sweep. Utah's been a good team as of late. In fact, they've been a hot club as they have won 4 of their last 5 games. And over the last 6 games, the Grizzlies have scored 30 goals. Utah's been a high-powered offensive club over the last 6 games. Watch out for the second periods. The Grizzlies do have a second period goal in 15 straight games. In fact, the last time the Grizzlies failed to score a second period goal came on Sunday, November 24th at Tulsa. Watch out for the Grizzlies power play. Both teams were 0 for 2 in the power play last night. The Grizzlies have 8 power play goals in their last 11 games. And it's important for the Grizzlies to play with the lead. After all, the Grizzlies are 7-0 when leading after 2 periods this season. When scoring first this year, the Grizzlies are 6-3-2. So it's important for Utah, who has a record of 9-17-3. It's important for the Grizzlies to get off to a fast start against this pretty high-powered Idaho Steelheads offensive club, although the Steelheads once again are going to be without 4 key forwards, namely Francisco Arcuri, Ty Pelton-Bice, Connor McEachern, and Hank Crone. So other guys are going to have to step up for the Idaho Steelheads. Brendan Hoffman led the Steelheads in shots on goal in last night's game, so he's going to be one forward to watch for on the Idaho side. Watch out for Mark Olver. He's got 8 points in 26 games. Olver is due for a big one for Idaho. He's going to be wearing number 91. He's got NHL experience with the Colorado Avalanche. So we got a fun one here tonight, here on a Saturday night. We got a good goaltending matchup. Jake Barczewski's won 2 in a row, and he's looking to make it 3 in a row for the Grizzlies tonight. He'll be going up against Ben Cross, who has a record of 8-2-3 on the season with an even .900 save percentage and a 3.32 goals against average. Looks like a good crowd is filing in here to Idaho Central Arena. They had a sellout crowd of a little bit more than 5,200 in last night's game, and we're expecting another sellout here at Idaho Central Arena. As we mentioned, it's kind of odd to have 3 months left in the regular season, and for this to be the last time the Grizzlies will have played at Idaho Central Arena in the regular season. It's possible maybe these teams will meet in the playoffs, but that's 3+ months down the road. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a great atmosphere for hockey. We'll see if the Grizzlies can continue with their hot ways offensively. As after all, the Grizzlies are averaging 5 goals per game over the last 6 contests. When we come back, we'll talk about who's been the individual stars for the Grizzlies as of late. It's been a lot of the usual suspects. Last night, Andrew Nilsson really stepped things up with 1 goal and 1 assist. Nilsson's been outstanding in a Grizzlies uniform. In 12 games with Utah this year, Nilsson has 1 goal and 11 assists. And Cody Corbett made a return trip to Idaho. He played in 35 games with the 2017-2018 Steelheads, and Corbett picked up 2 assists for the Grizzlies in last night's game. We'll talk about who's been hot for the Grizzlies on the other side as we're in business on a Saturday night and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires because more warranty means less worry. And nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face-off is in about 15 minutes from now here at Idaho Central Arena as the Grizzlies are taking on the Steelheads for the third time this season. It's been a lot of great individual performers for the Grizzlies as of late. Obviously, a start with Neil Shea, who has 13 goals in 12 games for the Grizzlies this season. Shea has a goal in 10 of 12 games and a point in 11 of 12. Shea is on a current 6-game point-scoring streak where he has scored 10 points, 8 goals, and 2 assists. And Shea's been a high-volume shooter. He has 56 shots in 12 games this season, including 5 in last night's 4-1 victory, an average of 4.63 shots per game. Keaton Mastrodonato has a current 7-game point-scoring streak. He has 10 points over the last 7 games, 4 goals, and 6 assists. Mastrodonato has 3 multiple-point games in his last 6 contests. The Maestro has a point in 8 of 10 games with Utah this season, and he too has been a high-volume shooter as he has taken 37 shots in 10 games. Defensively, the pairing of Brian Yoon and Derek Dashke have been outstanding. Dashke has been left off the scoring sheet the last 2 games, but Dashke has a point in 16 of 22 games this season. Dashke leads Utah in assists with 19, points with 23, also leads the club with 7 power play points, and he also leads the team with a +5 rating, as Dashke and Yoon were each a +2 for the Grizzlies last night. Dashke, despite missing 7 games about a month ago, he is tied for 8th among league defensemen with 23 points. Brian Yoon's been a difference maker. He's got 6 points, 1 goal, and 5 assists in his last 5 games. Yoon has 3 multiple-point games in his last 5 contests, and he led Utah in plus-minus in December with a +4 rating. Utah is 9-5-2 when Brian Yoon plays in a game, as this will be his 17th appearance this season, and the Grizzlies have 9 victories in the 16 games that Yoon has played in. Briley Wood's also been outstanding. He picked up 1 assist last night. He's got a point in 9 of his last 11 games. Wood is tied for 5th among league rookies with 4 power play goals. Watch out for him when the Grizzlies are on the man advantage tonight. Johnny Fairbrother has 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists in his last 4 games. Fairbrother is 4th among league defensemen with 8 goals on the season. It's going to be a ton of fun here tonight. Grizzlies and the Idaho Steelheads. When we come back, we'll give you the lineups for both teams. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. Let's go over the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 9-17-3 on the year. They're 4-9-1 on the road. They're led by 4th-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. The assistant coach is Christian Hoare. The athletic trainer is Colin Lee. The equipment manager is Jackson Hibbert. I'm in my 7th year as a voice of the Grizzlies. Starting in net's going to be Jake Barczewski. He has won 2 games in a row, and he's looking to extend his personal winning streak to 3, as well as the Grizzlies looking to extend their winning streak to 3. Barczewski in 8 games this season has a record of 2-2 with a 4.44 goals against average and .864 save percentage. Barczewski saved 27 of 30 last Saturday in a victory over the Rapid City Rush as the Grizzlies won 5-3 that night. It was his first pro win. Last night, Barczewski saved 28 of 29 as the Grizzlies had a big shot advantage in last night's game, which was 41-29. Barczewski was outstanding in net. He's in his first full season as a pro. He had 1 game of AHL experience with the Colorado Eagles last year. Barczewski played at Canisius College for 4 years, and last year played at the University of Michigan, where he won 20 games. The backup goaltender for Utah tonight will be Vinny Duplessis. Grizzlies are going with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen tonight, as they will be rolling with 17 skaters as Reed Webster is unable to go due to an injury. The starting defensive pairing for the Grizzlies will be Connor Mayer, the Colorado College product, who's in his first full season as a pro. He played in 5 games for the Grizzlies last year, and it's his 3rd game in a Utah uniform this season. Mayer is scoreless through 2 games. He is 5'11" and 180 pounds. He'll be paired up with the captain, Johnny Fairbrother, who has 8 goals and 7 assists in 28 games. Fairbrother will be wearing number 24. He's a former 3rd-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens. So starting defensive pairing once again is Mayer and Fairbrother. We will see Brian Hume paired up with Derek Dashke. Both players were a +2 for the Grizzlies in the victory. But maybe the top defensive pairing in last night's game came from Cody Corbett, who had 2 assists, and Andrew Nilsson, who was the game's #1 star, as he had 1 goal and 1 assist. And Corbett and Nilsson will be a defensive pairing once again tonight for the Grizzlies. Corbett will be making his 10th appearance of the season. He's got 2 assists. He is 6'1" and 200 pounds. And Andrew Nilsson, overall, with 3 different teams this year in 25 games, has 1 goal and 16 assists. Nilsson is 6'4" and 218 pounds. He'll be wearing number 6 for the Grizzlies tonight. So starting defensive pairing once again is Mayer and Fairbrother. We will also see Yoon and Dashke, as well as Corbett and Andrew Nilsson. 11 forwards for the Grizzlies tonight as Reed Webster is unable to go. Craig Armstrong scored a goal in the first period last night. Armstrong's got 4 goals in his last 10 games. He'll be wearing number 3 for the Grizzlies. Overall, he has 9 points, 4 goals, and 5 assists in 29 games. Also starting will be Mick Messner. He'll be the starting center. Messner leads Utah with 87 shots on goal during the season. Messner has a point in 12 of his 29 games for the Grizzlies. This will be his 108th consecutive appearance for Utah. Starting right wing will be Dylan Fitz. Fitz scored what turned out to be the game winner, 16:44 into last night's game. Fitz is 6'2" and 203 pounds. He has 6 goals and 4 assists in 24 games, but he's really picked it up as of late, as Fitz has 4 goals in his last 8 games. So starting forward line will be Armstrong, Messner, and Fitz from left to right. The top forward line tonight will be Neil Shea, will be lined up with Luke Manning and Keaton Mastrodonato. The Maestro's got a point in 7 straight games. Neil Shea has a point in 6 straight games. Luke Manning had 1 assist last night. He has 5 goals and 9 assists in 29 games. The second forward line tonight from left to right will be Cole Gallant, Cole Fonstad, and Briley Wood. There's got to be some sort of nickname for Cole, and Wood, as they're going to be paired up once again tonight. Cole Gallant leads Utah forwards with 15 assists this season. Cole Fonstad has 8 assists in 12 games with Utah, and Briley Wood has a point in 9 of his last 11 games. Wood leads Utah forwards with 22 points this season, 9 goals and 13 assists. The starting forward line will be Utah's third forward line and Ryan Kanasewicz's lineup card, which is Armstrong, Messner, and Fitz. We will also see Cameron Buell, who had 1 assist last night. He'll be paired up with Cade Nilsson, who also had an assist, as they both got the helpers on Craig Armstrong's first period goal last night. The forward scratches for the Grizzlies will be Blake Wells, Aaron Aragon, Reed Webster, who appeared in last night's game, Adam Berg, and Tyson Upper, as well as Braden Nicolette's 2 defensive scratches. Cade Jensen and Dylan Savankov are out of the Grizzlies lineup tonight. There was one roster transaction movement earlier today as defenseman Kabori Dunn got traded from the Grizzlies to the Fort Wayne Komets for either future considerations or cash considerations. So Kabori Dunn has been traded to the Fort Wayne Komets. He had 1 goal and 3 assists in 22 games for the Grizzlies. Now for the homestanding Idaho Steelheads, who are led by Everett Sheen, who's been one of the more successful head coaches in Steelheads history. The assistant coach is Keenan Kelly, a Boise native. The starting goaltender will be Ben Cross. This will be his 14th appearance this season. Cross in 13 games has a record of 8-2-3 with an even .900 save percentage and 3.32 goals against average. We believe that Brian Thompson is the backup goaltender tonight. Thompson picked up the loss last night as he saved 37 of 41. The starting defensive pairing for Idaho is Reese Harsh, who's a +10 this season. He'll be wearing number 24. He is 6'4" and 201 pounds. He'll be paired up with Slava Demon, who was very active in last night's game. Devin has 3 assists in 12 games, and he's also got a +3 rating. The other defensemen for Idaho include Matt Register. This will be the 103rd appearance for Register against the Grizzlies. He has previously played in 93 regular season games as well as 9 postseason games against Utah all time. Register will be paired up with Peter Walton, who was recently acquired in a trade, and this will be his second game with the Steelheads. We will also see Connor Punnett, who's got an NHL entry-level deal with the Dallas Stars, and he'll be paired up tonight with Trevor Zins, the former Indy Fuel skater. Zins has 6 assists in 31 games. So the starting defensive pairing once again is Harsh and Demon. The starting forwards for the Idaho Steelheads, it is their third forward line in Everett Sheen's lineup card. Thomas Caron will get a start. He's a +13 this season, and he has 8 goals and 17 assists last year. He played with the Norfolk Admirals. Jade Miller will be the starting center. Miller in 30 games this year has 3 goals and 1 assist, so it hasn't necessarily been Miller time here at Idaho Central Arena this year, but that just means he's probably due. Mark Over is also going to get a start for these Steelheads, wearing number 91. Over, in 26 games this year, has 3 goals and 5 assists. Over has 74 games of NHL experience with the Colorado Avalanche over a 3-season stretch from 2010 through 2013. So once again, the starting forwards are Caron, Miller, and Over. The first forward line for Idaho tonight will be Patrick Kudlow, who's normally a defenseman. He'll be a forward tonight. He scored Idaho's lone goal last night. He'll be paired up with Idaho's captain, A.J. White, who's been with the Steelheads since the start of the 2017-2018 season, with the exception being the 2020-21 campaign, where he was a member of the Grizzlies. And Patrick Moynihan's going to be in the right wing on the line with Kudlow and White. Moynihan had 1 assist in last night's game. Moynihan was just recently acquired in a trade with the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Dimitrios Koumatsis will be lined up with Brendan Hoffman and C.J. Walker. That's the second forward line for Idaho tonight. We will also see Matt Ustashki lined up with Blake Swetlikoff and the newest member of the Steelheads just signed today, McGregor Sinclair, who is in the SBHL, and he will be making his Steelheads debut tonight. Scratches for Idaho will include Nick Canati, Roman Rudzinski, Francisco Arcuri, Ty Pelton-Bice, Connor McEachern, and Hank Crone. We'll come back and have face-off on the other side. Grizzlies are in a black jersey with white numbers, professional green trim. Idaho in a white jersey with black numbers and a little bit of silver mixed into the front and bottom of the jerseys. We'll come back and have face-off. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain
Great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as Utah Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads for the third time this season. Last night, the Grizzlies played a complete 60-minute effort as they got a 4-1 victory on goals from Craig Armstrong, Dylan Fitz, Andrew Nelson, who was the #1 star last night with 1 goal and 1 assist, and Neil Shea added a third-period goal. Shea's got 13 goals in 12 games this season. Grizzlies will start out with a forward line of Mick Messner, Dylan Fitz, and Craig Armstrong, and a defensive pairing of Johnny Fairbrother and Connor Mayer. Jake Barczewski's been outstanding the last 2 games, including last night where he saved 28 of 29. Messner will take the opening draw against Jade Miller. 2 referees tonight, Nolan Blair and Damian Figuera. The linesmen are Chad Fuller and Dominic Valentine. Puck is dropped. Grizzlies won the faceoff. They'll be skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 203. Ben Kraz, the Idaho goaltender. He's a big guy at 6'5", 195 pounds. As Karan will throw it towards the far corner. Reese Harsh will zip it ahead, a bounce off the Mark Overstick. As Jade Miller will tattoo it off the far boards. It hits one of the linesmen. Grizzlies, Mick Messner will dump it in. Kraz behind his net will slide it towards Demon. Will pitch it out towards Over. A bounce over his stick. On to Johnny Fairbrother, the Grizzlies captain, will backpedal towards the Grizzlies line. Will get to Messner. Back to Connor Mayer. The Grizzlies spread the ice to make their first line change of the game. Mayer gains center ice, and he will bounce it off a Steelhead. Luke Manning in the offensive zone right point. He'll spin it around Neil Shea to the left side, shovels it towards Masher Donato, who gets it back towards Shea. Shea back towards Masher Donato, but he was skating back towards the middle of the ice. Now Mastro gets it towards the left side. He'll saucer it to Yoon. Right side, he fires towards the net. It gets redirected by a stick. Luke Manning trying to throw it across towards the left side. It bounced off of Patrick Kudla. Yoon gets a loose puck in the Grizzly zone. He'll get it to Manning. Rink-wide pass angled to the left. Bounced off the boards onto Idaho's Peter Walton. Walton is paired up with Matt Register tonight. Long-range pass towards Patrick Moynihan. Glance off of his stick in Grizzlies territory. It flies towards Barczewski. Dashke gets it. He'll throw it around Utah's net for Yoon. Yoon will backhand it to center ice. And it's taking the puck's Cole Galani, got spun around. He just dumped it towards the Idaho line. Puck up the opposite Cole Fonstad off his skate. Puck slides deep into the Grizzlies zone right corner. Dashke one-handed across as Cody Corbett will move it towards Bradley Wood, who trying to get to Gallant at center ice. Idaho shovels it back in. C.J. Walker pokes it away from Fonstad. Skates to the left side, take a righty shot. Saved by Barczewski. Rebound goes to Fonstad. He'll bounce it off the near boards for Bradley Wood. Wood wearing number 14 gets to the center red line, and he'll dump it in. Kraz plays behind his net. Kraz about as tall as any goaltender the Grizzlies have played all season. He'll drop it for Matt Register. As we're 2 minutes in, no score. Idaho's taken 1 shot. Grizzlies have yet to fire away. Register, the future league Hall of Famer, moves to the left side for Svetlikov. As Blake Svetlikov will step over the line, he gets around Cade Nielsen. He'll take a righty shot. That's blocked away by a stick. Idaho gets to Svetlikov. He's down the right side. He'll fire towards the net, and it goes wide. Andrew Nelson tried to move it ahead, but fanned on it. As the puck didn't get very far. Puck to the right side. Trevor Zins danced at the point. Now fire right shot. Gets redirected. Score! I don't know. That looked like it might have been played with a high stick. Grizzlies say it was played with a high stick. It certainly looked like it. As the Steelheads draw first blood. Now all 4 officials are talking it over. One of those 4 had to have seen a play with a high stick. As we know from the playoffs 2 years ago, that's not a reviewable play. They throw one fish on the ice. That got redirected. There's no way that wasn't played with a high stick. The fish gets thrown on the ice. It's not a reviewable play, as we know far too well from the 2023 playoffs. All 5 Grizzly skaters were saying it was played with a high stick, and it definitely looked like it. As a shot from Trevor Zins, if it didn't get redirected, it would have sailed over the crossbar and off the glass. Right now, Idaho leads 1-0. The only thing they can look over, as far as I know, unless they change the rule, is whether the puck crossed the goal line. Well, there's no doubt it crossed the goal line. But the Grizzlies believed it was played with a high stick. Like I mentioned, the shot taken by Trevor Zins from the right side, if that doesn't get redirected, that thing's sailing well over Barczewski's head. 17:32 is left in the first period. It looks like it's 1-0 Steelheads. Already a little bit of controversy here, 2.5 minutes in. The speakers are playing Tell Me Something Good. That's what Steelhead fans are hoping for. And we checked the rules during the 2023 playoffs. You can check as to whether the puck crossed the goal line. You can't review whether it was played with a high stick. And it's a good goal. That's a shame. There is no way that wasn't played with a high stick. It's 1-0 Idaho. Well, it couldn't be Zins that gets the goal unless it got redirected by a Grizzly stick. So it's 1-0 Idaho. A little bit of controversy early on, as Grizzlies certainly believe that was played with a high stick. They didn't show a replay, oddly enough, on the video board at center ice. Grizzlies win the draw. They dump it in. Utah skating from left to right here in the first period. Armstrong gets towards Mayer on the left side. He dances around. Now he'll filter the puck around the wall. Dylan Fitz trying to shovel it out in front. He collides with Jade Miller. As Trevor Zins over towards the right corner, he'll throw it across towards Connor Punnett. Back to Cron off his skate. Armstrong gets double teamed as Punnett goes down as he got hit by Armstrong. Messing over to Mayer. High slide will slide towards his left for Fitz. Fitz will tap it off an Idaho stick, and that's Trevor Zins, who's had a good start to this game. Messing over to Fitz. One-timer. Bounced off of Fairbrother. Fairbrother hustles after the loose puck, and he gets it along the far boards. Zins collides with Armstrong. Armstrong takes the puck. We'll slide it up top for Fairbrother. Fairbrother fires towards the net, and it's kicked away by Ben Cross as Messner is trying to muscle his way through Trevor Zins. Fitz right side, around the net to Messner. Messner wearing an A on his sweater. As Messner gets it back up top to Mayer, who slides it to Dashke in the left side. Dashke throws it towards the net, got redirected by Fitz to stick on to Cross, who makes a save. Now the puck slides towards Cross, and he covers up with 16:25 left in the first. Let's check to see who got that goal for Idaho. And we knew it was going to be a good goal because, as we've known from past experience, you can't replay whether the puck was played with a high stick or not. They gave the goal to McGregor Sinclair in his Steelheads debut. Sinclair just called up from the SPHL, signed with the Steelheads today. Sinclair played at Canisius College during the 2019-2020 season, and he was there for 1 year, and he was a teammate with Jake Barczewski. White in the offensive zone, he gets it poked away by Dashke. Now the puck to A.J. White behind the net. He'll get it towards the near goal line to Cutler. Shot, kick, save by Barczewski as the shot was taken by Moynihan. Moynihan hasn't scored since opening night with Greenville, as he has gone 27 games without a goal. Unit gets to Manning. Manning over the offensive line. Demon boxes him out. Manning trying to one-hand it away from him as Manning will feed it up top towards Dashke. Dashke fires towards the net, and it goes wide as it ricochets off the end boards. Crosses the far goal line will cover up as he makes a stop with 15:45 left in the first. So the Idaho goal, with a little bit of controversy, was scored by McGregor Sinclair, with Trevor Zins and Matt Ustaski getting the assists. Both teams have taken 3 shots here so far. We've been skating 5-on-5 this entire time. Grizzlies do have shots from Dylan Fitz, Gianni Fairbrother, and Derek Dashke. Grizzlies win the draw. Andrew Nilsson, the number 1 star last night, rolls it along the boards towards the right corner. Gallant feeds it up top towards Corbett, across to Nilsson. Nilsson fires towards the net. Gallant was looking to redirect it. He swung and missed on it. Corbett around the net towards the left side. Gallant pitches it up top to Nilsson. Nilsson Gets around C.J. Walker. Nielsen muscles away through. He'll take a shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound shot and a score! Briley Wood gets his 10th of the year, and we're tied at 1. Boy, Andrew Nielsen really made that play work as he was just strong with the puck on the left side, fired towards the net. It kicked off of Cross, and Cross being a big goaltender, sometimes when you fire it low, he has a tough time locating it. And puck bounced off of Cross. Wood was out in front of the crease, hacking away. It wasn't the first shovel towards the net. It was more like the second or third. That connected as Briley Wood finds the back of the net for the 10th time this season. Wood becomes the second Grizzlies forward to score 10 or more goals this season. As Idaho wins a draw at center ice, they'll whip it around as we're tied at 1. We're about 5 minutes in. Register throws it back deep into his own zone. Peter Walton will loft it ahead. Puck lifts. And the thing almost hit the roof. It had about 4 seconds of hang time, did the puck. Now Idaho into the offensive zone left side. Kudlow fires it off the end boards. Mayer spins around to avoid A.J. White's check. Fairbrother battles with Register. Mayer over in the corner. He'll throw it to Cameron Buell, who will backhand it to center ice. Sinclair, who scored a goal 2:28 in, will push it towards Register. As Register back in front of Ben Cross. We're 5.5 minutes in, tied at 1. Register gets around, fits at center ice, left wing. He pitches it towards Ustaski. He'll let it go towards the near corner, deep in the Grizzly zone. As Mayer goes down, he gets back to his feet. Ustaski up top to Svetlikov. He'll fire a righty shot that goes wide as he was looking for Sinclair to redirect it. Dylan Fitz moves a horizontal pass to Dashke, who skates down the middle of the ice. He crosses center ice, veers off to the left. He'll step over the offensive line. He'll get to Messner over to Armstrong. One-timer saved by Cross. Boy, Armstrong had all... He connected on that one-timer from the right side just outside the circle. It had plenty of velocity on it. But Ben Cross makes the stop as we're tied at 1 with 14:05 left in the first. Grizzlies will get the forward line of Neil Shea, Luke Manning, and Keaton Mastrodonato on the ice. Briley Wood's goal was assisted by Andrew Nielsen and Cole Gallant. So Gallant now has 16 assists this season, and Nielsen has 17 assists total. Nielsen's averaging about an assist a game as a member of the Grizzlies. He joined the club at the start of December. Grizzlies get it up top. Dashke over to Yoon, right side. He'll slide one towards Manning. Manning will backhand it towards Yoon, who lets it go around the boards towards the left corner. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Shea up top towards Dashke. Dashke whips the puck around towards Mastrodonato. Right side, take a righty shot. Stick save by Cross. Rebound goes out towards Dashke. Across to Yoon. Back to Mastrodonato, right wing. Mastrodonato will bounce one towards Shea. He was skating more towards the near boards. Idaho crosses center ice. Sinclair will fire it in. Puck ricochets off the end boards. Barcheski will slide one out towards the far side to center ice. Manning spins around and he'll deliver it to Dashke. Dashke to Shea. He'll skate towards the far goal line. Tries to slide one out in front towards Mastrodonato, who swung and missed as Jade Miller cut in front of Mastro. Thomas Cron steps over the offensive line. He'll dump it into the corners. Cron gets around Corbett. Jade Miller to the left side. He'll get back checked, and he gets the puck taken away from him. Good play by Luke Manning. Wood over to Gallant, who drops it back for Wood. Centering out towards Manning. Shot gets redirected. It looked like Gallant was looking for the centering pass as well. As Grizzlies over in the right point, Nielsen fires towards net. Bounced off a Register stick. Gallant tried to shovel one out in front of the net. It's blocked by Register as well. As we get a whistle, we might have our first penalty of the game as Thomas Cron in the back check took it away from Cole Gallant. Slashing is going to be the call, and Thomas Cron goes to the box. Grizzlies will be on the power play for the first time tonight. 12:50 is left in the first period. It's the Steelheads 1 and the Grizzlies 1. We're back in 1 minute. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Thomas Caron gets 2 minutes for slashing as we're tied at 1. 12 minutes and 50 seconds are left in the first period. Grizzlies were 0 for 2 on the power play last night. They have 8 power play goals in their last 11 games. Grizzlies win the draw. Dashke's out there with Mastrodonato. Dashke dances around to the high slot. He'll shoulder fake and get it to Mastrodonato right wing. Over to Dashke, who slides it to Shea on the left side. Shea to Manning, far goal line, over to Messner. One-timer, saved by Cross, and he holds on to the low liner. We're 13 seconds into the power play. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 7-3. McGregor Sinclair scored 2:28 in. Actually, they've now given Trevor Zins the goal. If that thing wasn't played with a high stick, then I don't know what was. As maybe geometry, the puck just kind of had some crazy English to it. I'm not sure. As they switch the goal to Zins. Grizzlies on the power play. Shea left side shot saved by Cross. Idaho clears it out. Does Brennan Hoffman, who might have been Idaho's best forward in last night's game. Mastrodonato skates around his net, and Jake Barcheski, Grizzlies skate from left to right. He'll drop one towards Dashke, who leaves it for Shea. Shea crosses center ice down the middle. Pitch it to Messner on the right wing. Messner over the line. He'll skate towards the right corner. He stops, surveys. Now directed towards Dashke, who gets it to Mastrodonato left wing. Dashke and Mastrodonato switch places. Now to Manning right side. Back up top to Mastrodonato. Over to Dashke, high slot. He'll feed it back to Mastrodonato, right side, who skates towards the point. He swirls around. Mastrodonato will slide it to Shea. Shea will get it towards Manning. Manning, far goal line, skates around the net. Now I'll pitch it to Dashke. Grizzlies patient with their approach. Over to Manning, right side. He'll take a lefty shot. That's blocked by Punnett. Manning gets it off the near corner over to Mastrodonato. He'll throw it between his legs. Poking away is Hoffman. He's got a breakaway. Brennan Hoffman skates down the middle. Take a righty shot. It hits the near post. Mastrodonato gets it. He's at neutral ice. Over to Shea. Grizzlies enter with momentum. Over to the left side. One-timer saved by Cross. Puck still alive in the left side. As Idaho skates around their net. That's Matt Register. And he will saucer one all the way off of Mastrodonato and into the Grizzlies zone. 18 seconds left in the power play. Grizzlies switch things up. Fonstad to the left side gets to Yoon. Yoon over in the left corner. He gets a good shoulder check from Idaho. Fitz joins the play. Idaho's Peter Walton will throw it back to the corner there. Everybody vacated. Fitz pitches it up top to Fonstad. Fonstad cheers with Cleveland in the AHL. Over to Mayer. Back to Wood. One-timer, and he scores! Bradley Wood gets his second of the game. And the Grizzlies have taken a 2-1 lead. Well, even though it wasn't a successful power play, the Grizzlies carried a little bit of momentum, and Briley Wood over in the left circle just fired a missile past Ben Cross. And this crowd is stunned. Mayer to Wood. Fitz was out there trying to redirect it. And Briley Wood, I believe, connected without the assistance of Dylan Fitz. So it's a 2-1 Grizzlies lead. 10:45 and counting left in the first. Idaho wins the draw. They skate from right to left. Nielsen will tap it off the far boards. Skating ends Demon. High slot. Lefty shot is sticked away. As Cade Nielsen gets to center ice. And he will swip one towards the right corner. Demon strong with the puck. He boxes out Gallant. Demon will move one ahead towards Moynihan. Rink-wide feed towards the right wing. Connects to Cudlup. Cudlup over the offensive line. He'll kick it off of Corbett's skate. Cade Nielsen over to Cameron Buell across the center ice. Buell wearing number 11. He'll dump it into the right corner. He gets cut off by Demon. Moynihan, who's got good speed, takes the puck. Moynihan gets around Buell. And he'll slide it to his left for Demon. Demon crosses center ice. He will skate in. High slot. Lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. It's rattled off his right shoulder, and Barcheski was able to hold on to it. 9:57 is left in the first. Utah leads 2-1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Briley Wood 2, and Trevor Zins 1. As the Grizzlies lead the Steelheads 2-1. Briley Wood scored 4:41 into the first period to tie it up at 1, with Andrew Nelson and Cole Gallant getting the assist. And then Wood scored again, even strength, 9:15 in, with Connor Mayer and Cole Fonstad getting the assists. Draw in the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies clear it back to center. Trevor Zins gathers it for Idaho. Zins scored the goal 2:28 in, because after all, if you give it to Sinclair, you're just admitting that it was played with a high stick. As there's no way that from the angle of Zins' shot that it didn't get redirected by a high stick. Either that or it's just a gift from the gods. Luke Manning out to center ice. It bounced off of Connor Punnet's stomach. Punnett tries to skate in. He gets collided to with Luke Manning, as the Steelheads will back it out into their own end and reset things. Zins will get it out towards Svetlikov, who lets it go. As Connor Mayer runs it down, he'll backhand it across to Fairbrother. The Grizzlies captain gets to center ice. Trying to drop it from Asher Donato, but the Grizzlies are offside with 9:16 left in the first. Utah has outshot Idaho 10-5. Briley Wood's got 2 goals on 3 shots. Wood's the only Grizzly player to have more than 1 shot here so far. Nobody has more than 1 shot for Idaho, including Trevor Zins, who scored on his one very odd-angled type of goal, which was 2:28 into the first period. I'll drop it at some point, but it was just kind of amazing. We got 4 officials, and none of them saw the redirection. As Idaho will run it down deep in their own zone after they win the faceoff. Brendan Hoffman had a strong shorthanded chance for Idaho. They hit the near post on. Idaho steps over the offense line. Kumatsi's backhand shot misses wide. Dylan Fitz runs it down. They'll get it to Armstrong, who races across center ice 1-on-3. Armstrong will dump it into the left corner. He tries to get around Peter Walton. Armstrong throws Walton into the glass over in the far corner. As Yoon backs it out to Messner, right point across to Dashke. Now to Yoon, right side. He'll skate around Kumatsi. Centering pass out in front as he was looking for Armstrong. Armstrong got pushed by Matt Register, so he couldn't accept it. Walker skates in, left side, centering pass to Kumatsi. Shot, saved by Barczewski. And the arm is raised by the referee. No goal. As, there was some action out front on a centering pass. Hooking is going to be the call. Who's going to be on? The goal was disallowed. It's got to be an Idaho penalty, and I believe it is. Brendan Hoffman can't believe it, but he's the one going to the box. But the door is open to the Grizzlies penalty box. So Hooking's going to be the call. The centering pass bounced off of Barczewski. It is an Idaho power play. The puck was still alive. I think the officials had to have said that the Grizzlies had touched it up in the crease before Idaho scored. So it's 2-1 Grizzlies. Brian Yoon gets 2 minutes for Hooking. He's in the box. Idaho's on the man advantage for the first time tonight. Idaho's power play is at 18.5%. Grizzlies penalty kill is 61.1% on the season. Grizzlies win the draw. Neil Shea will saucer one all the way out towards Ben Cross. Will tap it off his pads. Petra Kudla runs it down. Kudla will skate in front of Ben Cross. Utah has 2 shorthanded goals this season. Kudla out to Neutri, so he'll drop it for Kumatsis, the Arizona State product. Over to Moynihan, who steps over the offensive line. He'll lay it for Walton back towards Moynihan. It's taken away by Utah. Up ahead looking for Masher Donato. He gathers the puck. He's got a breakaway skin. He'll take a shot, and he hits the near post. 2 near post shorthanded chances, 1 on each side. Kumatsis crosses center ice. Utah still leads 2-1 over to Walton over the line. Walton feeds to White. He's in the left wing. Walton back towards the left side. Walton's all alone. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked by Mayer. Boy, Connor Mayer's been outstanding this first period. Kumatsis over to Walton. He's in the right point. Walton surveys. Now skate towards the right circle. Walton, toe drag, righty shot, and that's sticked away by Mayer, and it goes out of play with 1:02 left in the Idaho man advantage. Draw's going to be in the Grizzly zone as both teams will reshuffle the deck. What a crazy first period we've had. Idaho had a chance on Utah's power play shorthanded, and Brendan Hoffman rang the near post. Then Masher Donato had a breakaway. He went glove side on Cross, and he ricocheted the puck off the near post. Utah leads 2-1, 7:32 is left in the first period. Brendan Hoffman will take the draw for Idaho. Watch out for him with Ty Pelton Bice and Hank Crone out of Idaho's lineup. There's 2 big-time power play forwards that they're without. So watch out for Hoffman. He's out there with Mark Olver and Jade Miller. Draw one by Idaho. Matt Register, a power play king, will skate towards the high slot towards his left. He'll feed it to Over on the right side. Over dances around wearing number 91. He'll get it towards Hoffman. Past him to Walker. Now to Register in the high slot. He'll slide one on towards Walker. Walker rolls it across towards Over. He's on the right side. Over spins around over on the right point as he keeps his head up looking for action. He'll feed it to the far goal line. Miller over to Hoffman. One-timer saved by Barcheski. Rebound to Dashke, and he'll helicopter it to the right side, but keeping it in, it's Hoffman. Over towards Miller. He gets collided with Nielsen, and the Grizzlies gather it, and Cole Gallant will wobble it deep into the Steelhead zone. Grizzlies make a line change, less than 20 seconds left in Idaho's first power play of the game. Register lumbers towards Neutron, so move it to his right. As Idaho skates in, Utah trips him up. C.J. Walker is skating into the right side, and he fell down, and it's going to be a penalty on Utah. Connor Mayer gets 2 minutes for tripping. 6:40 left in the first period. So Idaho will skate 5-on-3 for 9 seconds. And then after that, the Steelheads will have another power play. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 11-6. Big moment here. 2/3 of the way through the first period. Nacho Donato will take the draw against A.J. White. They were teammates last season in Idaho. Draw one by Utah. Fairbrother throws it behind his net for Dashke. Moynihan will feed it up top to the right side for Kudla. Kudla dances around. He'll move it to his right. Kumatsis over to Kudla. He's in the high slot. Over to Kumatsis, trying to shovel it across into traffic, looking for A.J. White. He got his stick held up. Yoon's out of the box. He joins the play. Idaho's got a 5-on-4 power play. Kudla to the left side. Over to Moynihan. Across to Walton. Back to the middle for A.J. White. He couldn't handle the puck. And the Grizzlies cleared out to center ice. As Yoon comes off, replaced by Shea. Walton will spin it from one corner to the other. A.J. White near side. Dangles back and forth. Now he gets to Moynihan left side. Moynihan, good passer, gets to Walton in the right side. Walton fires towards the net. It's blocked away by Barcheski. Kamatsis gets it off the end boards. He's over on the right wing. They'll throw it to the far goal line for White. A glance off of his stick onto Moynihan, who backhands it to Kudla. Kudla across towards Kamatsis. Dashke gets a stick in the way. Puck in the right point. Walton will get it to Kamatsis. Dashke chases after him. Over to Kudla down the middle to Moynihan. Shots blocked by the captain. Moynihan to the left side. 53 seconds left in the power play. Moynihan rolls to Walton. Now to the near goal line for White, who centers it, and it's blocked away by Dashke. Nacho Donato will helicopter it into the Idaho bench, or past the Idaho bench, and deep into the Steelhead zone. Both teams will switch up skaters. 36 seconds left in Idaho's power play, their second of the night. Over the line, left side, and move it to the right side. Righty shot by Walker, saved by Barcheski. Over, stick broke. He tried to kick it towards the point. Over will skate towards the bench. He'll get a new stick from the equipment manager, Chris Bestel, the Beast. Register left side. We'll move it to Hoffman. Hoffman in the left wing. He'll dance around. He'll feed it to the right side. Over with his new stick. Over to Hoffman. One-timer, and his stick breaks. 2 broken sticks by Idaho. Walker behind the net gets pushed by Corbett. 5 seconds left in Idaho's power play. As Nielsen gets stripped up, and that's going to be a penalty on Idaho. Oh, I think Nielsen's going to get one as well. Now Andrew Nielsen wants to fight Jade Miller. The linesmen step in. Miller's going to get 2 minutes for tripping, but Nielsen, I believe, is going to get 2 minutes for diving and embellishment. So just when you thought the Grizzlies were going to get a power play of their own, when Nielsen hit the ice, I believe it's one of those, Miller got a trip and Nielsen got diving and embellishment. As referee Nolan Bloyer escorted both players to the penalty box. 4 minutes and 40 seconds are left in the first. It looks like we got a timeout. We'll skate 4-on-4 on the other side. Utah leads 2-1 on 2 Briley Wood goals. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 11-8. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
So it looks like we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes as Andrew Nelson got a diving and embellishment penalty. Jade Miller got a slash, 15-20 into the first period. Utah leads 2-1 on 2 Briley Wood goals. Idaho scored first with Trevor Zinn's 2:28 in. Wood's goals came 5-on-5, 4:41 in, and 9:15 in. Idaho wins the draw. Demon will take a shot. It's blocked by Fonstad. 4-on-4 action will open up the ice a little bit. Demon left wing. Dan goes around. He's in the Grizzlies zone near goal line. Feathers it across towards Moynihan. It goes over a stick. Puck bounced off the end boards, taken by Dashke. He's scoreless in 2 straight games, but he has a point in 16 of 22 games this season. Dashke will now skate down the middle of the ice. He'll fake to his left. He'll push it towards the right for Yoon off his stick. Puck glides along the near wing boards towards Cross, who feeds it back to the near side. A.J. White will lumber out to center ice. White will drop it to Moynihan over the line. Moynihan left side. He'll take a shot. It's blocked by Dashke. Dashke will drop it to his right for Wood. Wood across the center ice. He'll slice one across to Fonstad, who's got 1 assist tonight. Fonstad hangs out in the left point. He'll lay it for Dashke. Back to Fonstad. But the puck ended up exiting the Steelheads zone out to neutralize, so the Grizzlies are called for offside with 3:49 left in the first. So draw's going to come back to neutralize with the Grizzlies team speed. 4-on-4 situations seem to benefit them pretty well. Grizzlies have scored 1 goal 4-on-4 this season. They've allowed 1 4-on-4 goal this year. Nacho Donato will take the drives out there with Shea, Fairbrother, and Connor Mayer as Connor Punnett trying to sweep Fairbrother's skates away from him. Both guys having some fun. Draw near the Steelheads bench. It's won by Utah. Neil Shea will skate back to the Utah line. Grizz skate from left to right here in the period. Fairbrother gathers the puck. He'll get it to Nacho Donato over the line. He'll slice one across looking for a cutting Mayer. Taking it Shea off the boards. He'll skate towards the left corner. Shea bounces one up top. It goes past Fairbrother and deep into the Grizzlies zone. 50 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Barcheski will lay it behind his net for Fairbrother. Races to neutralize. He'll slide it to Connor Mayer across the center red line. Mayer will now skate horizontally and he'll backpedal into the Grizzly zone. Utah wants to enter Idaho ice with momentum. Mayer over towards Neil Shea. Shea's over in the left wing in his own zone. He avoids Mastro Donato as they were skating nearby. Mastro's replaced up by Dashke. Shea crosses center ice. He'll step over the offensive line, splits a quadruple team, but he gets cut off. And Ben Cross now after the whistle, Trevor Zins, and Neil Shea tied up, and Shea drags down Trevor Zins over in the right corner. And now Mark Olver's feeding punches to Mastro Donato. Over from behind is pumping away at Mastro Donato. Now Connor Punnett wants after Brian Yoon, and Punnett's punching Yoon continually with the left hand. Yoon's not a fighter, as we know, and I have no clue what Brian Yoon did to Connor Punnett. We're going to have some penalties on this one as Shea tried to split a quadruple team. He got cut off, and the puck ended up sliding towards Cross, who covered up. And so Shea and Trevor Zins had a bit of a pushing and shoving match over in the right corner, and Shea dragged Zins to the ice. And then Mark Olver from behind just continued to pump lefts at Keaton Mastro Donato. And then Connor Punnett went after Brian Yoon, and Punnett started feeding Yoon with lefts. And there really was I'm not sure what Yoon did, except for Punnett saw a couple other guys grab a dance partner, and Punnett said, let's go. And, Yoon's not that type of guy. As Yoon now skates across the Idaho bench, as an Idaho player had thrown Yoon's glove all the way towards the Idaho blue line. Mastro Donato, he's not sure what he did. Looks like a piece of his jewelry came off. He had a necklace that was ripped off by Mark Olver. Looked like that's what Olver was trying to do as he was feeding him lefts, as he tried to drag the necklace away from Mastro Donato, and it looks like he broke it. What a crazy first period this has been. And even 3 minutes are left in the first. Olver's got a 2-minute penalty. There are 2 Grizzlies in the box, and there are 3 Steelheads. Shea is in there with Andrew Nilsson. Utah leads 2-1 on 2 Briley Wood goals. We had a player on both teams. Maybe they're looking for pieces of Mastrodonado's necklace. They're looking for something over behind Idaho's net. Shorthanded, both teams have ranged the near post. And the old diving and embellishment penalty to go along with the slash, with Miller getting the slash and Nilsson getting the diving and embellishment. And then Shea tried to split a quadruple team, and then Over and Mastrodonado pushed each other. And then everybody skated towards the confrontation between Shea and Zins. And then Over apparently dragged the necklace off of Mastrodonado's neck. So it looks like it's going to be a 4-on-3 Grizzlies power play. As after all that, looks like the only guy that got an extra 2 minutes was Mark Over. We will have 21 seconds of the 4-on-3. Draw's going to be at neutral ice. There's 3 minutes left in the first period. Briley Woods on the ice. He's on hat trick watch. He's already got 2 goals tonight. Grizzlies have had 1 hat trick this season. That came on the Teddy Bear toss night with Neil Shea, where he scored 3 goals and 1 assist. Fonz now will take the drives out there with Dashke and Wood, as well as Keaton Mastrodonato. Idaho's 3 on the ice. Their 2 most experienced players, A.J. White, Matt Register, as well as Patrick Kudla, who last year was the league's defenseman of the year. But tonight, Kudla's playing forward, as Idaho's without 4 key forwards. Scores table. Both referees are at the scores table talking things over. One final game in Boise for the regular season. You knew we were going to get a wild one, and we've already got a crazy first 17 minutes of play here. Now one of the referees is going to talk with Ryan Kanaswich, and that's Nolan Boyer. And now Boyer's going to go talk with Everett Sheen, the head coach of Idaho. During the summer, Sheen likes to wear baseball hats. That's to keep the sunburn off his bald head. Fontaine will take the draw against White. And even 3 minutes are left in the first period. Utah leads 2-1. I say that knowing I'm probably about 5 years away from being balding up top myself. Fonstad's kicked out of the face-off circle. Wood will take the draw. Utah wins it. Dashke over to Mastrodonato. Back to Dashke as Grizzlies spread the ice. Mastro over to Dashke. 13 seconds left in the 4-on-3. Wood tried to bounce it across. It hit off of White and goes out to center ice. Wood tries to skate in with momentum. White cuts him off. Wood over to Mastrodonato. Puck Epidioff's at the line. Mastrodonato keeps it in. Over to Dashke. Now we're skating 5-on-4. As Miller joins the play, Nilsson goes to the box. He's replaced by Messner. Grizzlies start a power play. Fonstad drops it for Dashke. 5-on-4 power play that is for the Grizzlies. Dashke tried to throw it across to Wood, but he was skating back towards Dashke at neutralized. Grizzlies have to reset. Fonstad over the offensive line, gets around Register. Fonstad with good speed, trying to slide one up top towards Wood. It goes past him out to neutralize. Dashke towards Mastrodonato. He'll whip it around the boards. Mastrodonato got hit by Thomas Caron. Caron's a guy that plays a strong two-way game. Fonstad left side, gets around Register, throws it towards Wood, who shuffles it towards the net. That gets bounced away. Now Fonstad right side, up top for Dashke. Over to Fonstad. He's still looking for his first goal as a Grizzly over to Messner near goal line. He tried to feather it across to Wood. It's picked off by Kudla, and he'll slice it into the Idaho bench. Connor Punnett and Brian Thompson, the backup goaltender, and I think Thompson gloved that. He just saved Connor Punnett and Reese Harsh's bacon. And boy, they owe Brian Thompson dinner, as that one was headed right for Connor Punnett, maybe Reese Harsh. It was gloved in the Idaho bench by Brian Thompson. 51 seconds are left in the power play. A minute 51 is left in the first period. Utah leads 2-1. Grizzlies switched up skaters. Fitz, Manning, and Gallant are up front. Back end is Yoon and Mayer. Idaho tries to clear it out. We got a whistle as Dylan Fitz got hit. It's going to be a penalty on Idaho. Let Idaho touch it up, start a 5-on-3. Mayer danced around the left wing over to Yoon. Yoon's over in the left point, back to Mayer. As Barcheski's off the ice. Gallant over towards Mayer. Back to Yoon, over to Manning. One-timer, saved by Cross. Now Manning with a shot, saved by Cross. Fits up top towards Mayer. Mayer to Gallant, left side, delayed penalty on Idaho. As Gallant over to Yoon, he's on the left side. Yoon danced around the left circle, take a righty shot, saved by Cross. And he holds on. Right after the draw, Dylan Fitz got blasted over in the right circle as he went down. And Idaho picked up a penalty, and that's Connor Punnett. We've already seen more special teams work here in the first period than we saw all of last night. Both teams went 0 for 2 on the power play last night. There are currently 3 Steelheads in the penalty box. Neil Shea is in there for Utah. No doubt Shea would be a factor on the power play if he wasn't in the penalty box right now. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 16 seconds. As Punnett picked up a 2-minute penalties, he knocked down Dylan Fitz. Utah leads 2-1. A minute 16 and 1 second dropped off the clock. They're not going to reset that, though. 1:15 is left in the first period. Fonstad will take the draw as Messner got kicked out of the circle. The fan yells, drop the puck, and the linesman obliges. Dashke over to Maldonado, high slide. He'll lay it for Dashke. Over to Fonstad, back to Dashke. Less than 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Wood over to Fonstad. He'll fake a shot. Throw it towards the far goal line for Maldonado. Glanced off a register stick. Out of the penalty box with Trevor Zins. A.J. White races out to center ice across the red. Now he steps around the blue as he waited for Zins to tag back up. Now register skates down the middle. He gets it jabbed away by Cole Fonstad. Taking it to Messner around his net. 45 seconds left in the first period. Messner around Swetlikoff. He crosses center ice. Over to Fonstad. Back towards Wood on hat trick watch. He'll feather it up top to Fonstad, who directs it to Maldonado. Right side, Maldonado dance around to the point as he spins. He'll throw it to Fonstad. Grizzlies patient with their approach on the power play. Mastro over towards Dashke. One-timer, saved by Cross. He holds on, and somebody's going after McMessner. Messner delivers a big-time right as he knocked down a Steelhead over in the right corner. Boy, what a blow by McMessner as he just knocked down Patrick Kubla on a right that Mike Tyson would be proud of. Messner can't believe it as he's going to skate, well, towards the penalty box, but there's 24 seconds left in the first period. As Messner just rocked Patrick Kubla's world, and he is laughing as he is skating towards the locker room. I'm not sure what started that as Kubla and Messner were battling for a puck over the near goal line. Kubla and Messner exchanging some words. Kubla held Messner by the jersey, and then Messner pushed Kubla towards the right side. And Messner with a big-time right cross that knocked down Kubla. That might be the first fight that Mick Messner's been in as a Grizzly. If it's not the first, it's the second, and it's been a long time since Mick Messner dropped the gloves. Messner, I'm not sure if he would be in the heavyweight division. He goes 5'11", 193. Might be either a middleweight or a light heavyweight. I'm not sure. But Mick Messner delivered a right cross that connected big time on Kubla. Luckily, Kubla was able to get back to his feet. Idaho's stick broke, taking the face-off, and that was Hoffman. That's at least the third stick broken by Idaho. Shea left side. He's out of the box. He'll take a shot that's blocked away. Fits over in the left corner. He'll throw it towards Zins, who bounced it off of Shea, and the puck lifts out to center ice. 8 seconds left in the period. Dashke skates back in, but the Grizzlies are offside as there's 6.2 seconds left in the first. So Draw's going to be back at neutral ice. We've had more entertainment and more fun in this first period than we've had in quite some time. Certainly more entertainment in this first period than we saw at all of last night's game. It was kind of a routine 4-1 Grizzlies victory last night. We've seen 3 sticks break. We've seen maybe Mick Messner's first fight in a year or two. And Messner won that one cleanly, a very short fight on the right cross to Kubla. Idaho wins the draw. Hoffman stick didn't break miraculously. He'll skate down the middle, steps over the attack line. Messner on the back check, took it away, make that Manning on the back check, and that will do it for 20 minutes here at Idaho Central Arena. Grizzlies will be on the power play for the first 44 seconds of the second. Great period by Jake Barcheski. He saved 7 of 8. A little bit of controversy on Idaho's goal, as we believe it was played with a high stick, which we know is not a reviewable play. They gave the goal to Trevor Zins, who took the shot from the right point. If it didn't get redirected off a high stick, that shot was going to head directly over Barcheski's head and ricochet off the glass behind him. But nevertheless, the goal counted 2:28 in. Briley Wood scored twice as he's on hat trick watch. We saw both teams shorthanded ring the puck off the near post. We saw Idaho break at least 3 sticks in the first period, and we saw Mick Messner delivered a big-time right cross on Patrick Kubla. And Kubla did have a size advantage as he goes 6'3", 188, and Messner goes 5'11", 193. We'll come back and have first intermission coverage. We'll recap the first 20 minutes of play if we can even remember everything that happened. We'll also go over some league scores, some NHL scores, as well as some NFL scores on the other side. It's Utah 2, Idaho 1. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires because more warranty means less worry. And nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
We had an entertaining first period. Utah leads 2-1. A lot of crazy stuff happened in the first 20 minutes of play. The game started with Idaho taking a 1-0 lead as Trevor Zenz fired a shot from the right side. And as I mentioned, that thing looked like he was sailing over Barczewski's head. It ricocheted off of something. Every Grizzly player, both on the ice and on the bench, thought that was played with a high stick, which kind of reminds Grizzlies fans of Game 5 of the 2023 Kelly Cup playoffs when Idaho won an overtime game with what looked to be a puck being played with a high stick that ended up finding the back of the net. Trevor Zenz took the shot, and so it's almost like you don't even acknowledge the fact that it was played with a high stick because if it got redirected by something, and we never did get to see a replay, conveniently enough, on the video board at center ice, which could have admitted guilt for what we know. But either way, Zenz scored the goal with Matt Ustaski, the big 6'6", 220-pound forward, getting his first point of the season. It's actually Ustaski's fourth different team that he's played on this year, and this is his second game in a Steelheads uniform. He picked up an assist as well as McGregor Sinclair, and for a while, they had listed Sinclair as the goal scorer. It's Sinclair's first game as a Steelhead. He just signed with the club earlier today as he was spending some time in the SPHL earlier this season. Sinclair had been playing with the Birmingham Bulls. This was Sinclair's second full season with Birmingham. Oddly enough, Sinclair played one season at Canisius College back in the 2019-2020 season, where he was a teammate with both Jake Barczewski and Keaton Mastrodonado. Zenz's goal was scored 2:28 in, and that gave Idaho a 1-0 lead. Grizzlies had a power play. Actually, that was a little bit later on. Briley Wood scored his 10th of the year, 4:41 into the first, with Nielsen and Gallant getting the assist. It was a 5-on-5 goal as Wood tied it up, 4:41 in, as he picked up his 10th goal of the season. Gallant picked up his 16th assist of the campaign. The 16 assists lead all Grizzlies forwards. Briley Wood became the second Grizzlies player to score 10 or more goals this season, joining Neil Shea, who has 13 goals, and this is his 13th game of the season. And Andrew Nilsson with an assist. Nilsson picks up his 17th assist overall this year. And with the Grizzlies, it is Andrew Nilsson's 12th assist of the season and second in back-to-back games. As Nilsson for Utah is averaging close to 1 assist per game. Utah got a power play as Thomas Cron got a slashing minor, 7:10 into the first period. And the Grizzlies didn't score on the power play Idaho's Brendan Hoffman had a good chance as he had got a breakaway skating around and past Utah's defense, and he was looking to tie it up. He was looking to give Idaho a 2-1 lead, and he ricocheted the puck off the near post. Grizzlies came back 5-on-5, and they found Briley Wood over on the left side all alone. Mayer was in the high slot. He slid one onto Wood. Wood with a one-timer. Didn't get high, didn't go low, just somehow got through Cross as Wood picked up his second of the game and 11th of the season. He scored 9:15 into the contest and 5 seconds after Utah's power play. Connor Mayer and Cole Fonstad picked up the assists. For Connor Mayer, it's his 7th game in a Grizzlies uniform and 2nd this season. He had spent 6 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles earlier this year. Last year in 5 games with Utah, he had 1 goal and 2 assists. So it's his first assist this season with both Utah and Colorado. He had 3 goals and no assists in 6 games. It is his 3rd assist overall in a Utah uniform and first this year. Cole Fonstad picked up his 9th assist of the season. That gave Utah a 2-1 lead. Later in the first period, Brian Yoon got a hooking minor, 11:29 in. Keaton Mastrodonato had a breakaway early in Idaho's power play, and he fired the puck off the near post. Right as that power play was coming to an end, as Mayer's tripping minor was 13:20 into the first. He came out of the box, and Andrew Nilsson got slashed by Jade Miller. Nilsson hit the ice, and Nilsson picked up a diving and embellishment penalty. And that was all just as Connor Mayer was coming out of the penalty box. And then even 17 minutes into the first period, Trevor Zins and Neil Shea. Shea was trying to split a quadruple team around the middle of the ice. He got cut off by Zins, and the puck just slid towards Cross and made a routine stop. And then Zins and Shea were over in the right corner, kind of battling with each other, and then they started pushing a little bit more, and then Shea dragged down Zins to the ice. Both guys got matching roughing minors. However, Mark Olver appeared to try to take the necklace away from Keaton Mastrodonato. He did so successfully, but Olver, he was throwing some left-handed punches at Mastrodonato, picked up a roughing minor, and that gave the Grizzlies a power play. And even 17 minutes into the first period, or with 3 minutes left, Connor Punnett got a tripping minor, 18:44 in. And so the Grizzlies had a 5-on-3 power play for a short amount of time, and then they continued with a 5-on-4 power play through the rest of the first period. In fact, the Grizzlies will be on the man advantage for the first 44 seconds of the second period. And then Messner and Kudla, they were battling for positioning along the near goal line. The whistle blew as, I believe, Crosby made a save, and then both guys started pushing each other quite a bit. Looked like both guys thought about dropping the gloves. Looked like they did. And Kudla grabbed Messner by the jersey. Messner grabbed Kudla by the jersey, and then Messner threw a big-time right cross that I think Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson would be proud of. I don't know. If Messner, once his hockey career is over with, he might have a little bit of a career as a heavyweight. I'm not sure what as bad as the heavyweight division is right now. I mean, after all, if Jake Paul and Mike Tyson can make millions of dollars with that joke of a performance about a month ago, who knows? Maybe there's a second career for Mick Messner, as he really rocked Patrick Kudla. Both guys hit the ice. They didn't give either guy a fighting major. Both guys got a double minor for roughing. That came with 24 seconds left in the first period, 19:36 in. Utah outshot Idaho 14-8 in the first period. Grizzlies right now are listed at 0 for 3 on the power play. I think they're in the middle of their third power play. Idaho is 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Briley Woods got 2 goals on 3 shots. The 3 shots lead Utah through 1 period. Dashke and Shea each have 2 shots. Then 7 other Grizzlies have 1 shot here through 20 minutes of play. For Idaho, C.J. Walker has 2 shots, and 6 other Steelheads have 1 shot on goal through 1 period. So Utah leads 2-1. And certainly in this building, it's big to play with the lead. After all, Idaho did score first, but the Grizzlies did respond with the 2 Briley Wood goals. The Grizzlies have done a good job protecting leads this season. Utah is 5-1 when leading after 1 period this year, and the Grizzlies, when leading after 2, are 7-0. So this is a very important 20 minutes of play coming up. As we mentioned many times before, the Grizzlies have scored a second period goal in 15 straight games, and 39 of Utah's 90 goals this season have come in the second periods. Utah will be on the power play the first 44 seconds of the second period. They will be able to get Neil Shea on the ice. Grizzlies did miss Shea on the power play when he was in the penalty box late in the first period. He came out of the box with exactly 1 minute left in the first period. Got a good crowd. Looks like we got a sellout once again of just over 5,200 here at Idaho Central Arena. Let's go over some Mountain Division scores. In overtime, Iowa and Wichita are tied at 1. Looks like that game is headed to a shootout. It looks like they just finished the shootout, and Iowa picks up the victory. Brandon Yeamans picked up the shootout game winner, and it went into 10 rounds of the shootout before Iowa was able to come away with a 2-1 victory over Wichita. Former Grizzly Dakota Raby is currently playing for Iowa. He had 3 shots on goal in Iowa's 2-1 victory. Iowa outshot Wichita 42-25. So Wichita did come away with a standing point, but their record on the season falls to 19-11-3. Norfolk opened up a can on Wheeling. 9-3 is the final score there. Trois-Rivières defeats Adirondack 5-2. Alex Bocage, the former Grizzly, had 1 assist. Bryson Martin, the former Grizzly, had 1 assist for the Trois-Rivières Lions. Former Grizzly defenseman Corey Thomas was a +1 and had 1 shot. Trois-Rivières had an outstanding season. Their record now goes to 20-4-3. As Trois-Rivières defeated Adirondack 5-2. Savannah defeats Atlanta in a high-scoring game, 6-5. In overtime, Orlando defeats Florida 2-1. The game winner for Orlando was scored by Creston, who gets his 11th goal of the season. Bloomington defeats Kalamazoo 7-2. Grizzlies will have a 3-game trip in Bloomington a couple weeks from now. Grizzlies will be at Bloomington on January 17th, 18th, and 19th. In a shootout, Greenville defeats Jacksonville 5-4. Cincinnati defeats Indy 4-2 as Cincinnati picks up their 8th win of the season. Worcester defeats Reading 3-1. Maine shuts out Tahoe 3-0. And Allen gets a 5-2 victory over Kansas City. As Braden Watts was a superstar, he had a natural hat trick for Allen today. And he ended the night with 3 goals and 1 assist, and he was a +5. Allen led 4-0 halfway through the second period. Kansas City responded with 2 power play goals. Mavericks were 2 for 7 on the power play. Allen was 0 for 3, so all of Allen's damage came 5 on 5. The Americans defeat the Kansas City Mavericks 5-2. And remember, the Kansas City Mavericks will be at Mavericks Center, no relation, next Friday and Saturday. Face-off both nights will be at 7:10. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. We want to see a big crowd over at Mavericks Center for both nights, next Friday and Saturday, as the Kansas City Mavericks make a return trip to Mavericks Center. Kansas City swept Utah in a 3-game series last month on December 4th, 6th, and 7th. And remember, that December 7th game, the last game of that series, featured the goaltending fight of Jake Barczewski and Victor Osman. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores as well as the 2 NFL games today. Utah leads 2-1. They'll be on the power play for the first 44 seconds of the second period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, lost 2-1 in a shootout. Avalanche, Mikko Rantanen scored 9:01 into the first period. Nobody scored in the second period. Montreal tied it up 13-25 into the third as Cole Caulfield scored on a wrist shot. Neither team scored in overtime. And it was Kirby Dach getting the shootout game winner for the Montreal Canadiens. They defeat Colorado 2-1. Halfway through the third period, the Idaho Steelheads NHL affiliate, the Dallas Stars, are tied at 2 with the Utah Hockey Club. Nobody scored in the first period. Jamie Benn gave Dallas a 1-0 lead 16 seconds into the second period. Matias Michelli got Utah on the board a minute 30 into the second. Dallas took a 2-1 lead as Oscar Bach scored 10:30 in. Michelli scored a second of the game, 13:37 in, with Kerfoot and Cole getting the assists. They're currently halfway through the third period, and they're tied at 2. Matias Michelli has both of Utah's goals. 2 NFL games. Baltimore finishes the regular season 12-5. They defeat Cleveland 35-10. And halfway through the third quarter, Cincinnati leads Pittsburgh 16-7. Other NHL action, games have gone final. Capitals defeat the Rangers 7-4 in a crazy third period. Sharks defeat the Devils 3-2. Detroit gets a 4-2 victory over Winnipeg. Toronto defeats Boston 6-4. Minnesota wins a 4-0 game against Carolina. Columbus scores 6 goals as they defeat St. Louis 6-4, starting at 8 o'clock. So getting underway here in a couple seconds from now. Nashville is at Calgary, and just getting underway, Edmonton is at Seattle. 2 other games in progress, just getting underway. Buffalo and Vegas are scoreless 2 minutes in, and 17 minutes are left in the second period. Tampa Bay and LA are tied at 1. We'll come back and have second period action on the other side. The Grizzlies will be on the power play for the first 44 seconds of the second. Riley Wood's got 2 goals. He's on hat trick watch as both teams are heading on to the Idaho Central Arena ice. We'll have second period action in 1 minute. You've been listening to the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
We're about set for second period action. Grizzlies will skate from right to left as we see it from high top section 203. Idaho will skate from our left to our right. Jake Barczewski was outstanding in the first period. Really, he's been outstanding since he stopped 27 of 30 last Saturday for his first pro win. Barczewski last night saved 28 of 29, and he stopped 7 of 8. A little bit of controversy on Idaho's goals. It was believed that it was played with a high stick. Grizzlies have 2 goals from Riley Wood. He's on the ice now with Luke Manning and Neil Shea. Up top is Keaton Mastrodonato and Derek Dashke. Grizzlies are going with 4 forwards and 1 defenseman on this power play unit. Taking the face-off for Idaho is going to be Brennan Hoffman. He's out there with A.J. White, and the 2 defensemen are Matt Register and Trevor Zins. Zins got credited with Idaho's first period goal. It was his first goal of the season, and this is his 32nd game. 20 minutes are put on the Idaho Central Arena scoreboard clock. Manning will take the draw, and he'll win it on towards Dashke in the Grizzly zone. Dashke races down the middle of the ice. He loses it. Hoffman trying to get around Dashke, and Dashke commits a penalty as he dragged down Hoffman to the ice. 2 minutes for tripping as Derek Dashke goes to the box, and that'll do it for Utah's power plays. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 35 seconds. As Dashke slams his stick on the glass as he's entering the penalty boxes. He knew that's when he wants that back, as he was just skating about 40 feet in front of Barczewski, trying to quarterback the thing. He lost control of the puck, and Hoffman got the puck and tried to skate around Dashke, and Dashke had no choice but to drag him to the ice. So faceoff's going to be over in the right circle. Hoffman for Idaho and Mastrodonato for the Grizzlies. And I've been really impressed with Brendan Hoffman for Idaho so far in this series. Is with Pelton Bison Crone out of the lineup, as well as Connor McEachern and Francisco Arcuri. Forwards have had to step up for Idaho, and Hoffman's done just that. Grizzlies take the draw. They fired off a Neil Shea skate. Goes deep into the Idaho zone, and the Grizzlies are called for icing 22 seconds into the second period. Brendan Hoffman played in the OHL with the Erie Otters. It's his third season in this league. He played the last 2 years, or a year and a half, with Reading, and then was traded to Atlanta. He played in 40 games with Atlanta last year and had 7 goals and 8 assists. His career high as a pro is 13 goals 2 years ago with the Reading Royals in 64 games. And Hoffman has 12 goals, and this is 31st game with Idaho. Steelheads won the draw. Register right side to the lefty. Shot and hits the near post. It's 2 posts for Idaho here so far tonight. As we're skating 4-on-4, Cron gets held up. Puck goes to Idaho. Hoffman gets the basketball screen from Zenz. Left side will take a righty shot that goes wide. Cron will have to race deep into the Idaho zone to get the wobbling puck as it spun uncontrollably like a spinning top. Steelheads are back at full strength, and they're on a power play. It's more than just a full strength. This punt is out of the box, and he'll join the play. Moynihan gets around Shea, gets it knifed away by Fairbrother. Mastrodonato gets it one-on-one. He'll skate down the middle of the ice. Peter Walton will poke the puck away from him as Mastrodonato tried to fake towards his left on Walton. Idaho's Matt Register. He's got a ton of power play points in his career. As he's back in his own end, he'll drop it back for Walton, who skates along the left wing across the center ice. Peter Walton down the middle. Now he'll veer off to the right as he stops in the right point, trying to get it towards Kumatsis. He gets challenged by Fonstad. Now Kumatsis gets it as he'll get it brushed away by Nilsson. Fonstad battles with Kumatsis. Walton keeps it in right point. He'll skate towards the high slot. Toe drag, righty shot is sticked away as punt it around the net. 35 seconds left in Idaho's power play. Kumatsis back towards White in the right corner. Back towards Kumatsis along the near wall. Kumatsis will skate towards the right circle, get to right. To White. Right side, lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. And he holds on with 27 seconds left in the Idaho power play. As White was over along the near goal line. Tried to kind of move it top shelf on Barcheski. Just didn't get enough air under it. A.J. White this season, Idaho's captain, has 5 goals and 21 assists in 30 games. Grizzlies have Shea and Mastrodonato out there, as well as Fairbrother and Connor Mayer. A.J. White stays on the ice. He will take the draw. He's out there with Kumatsis and Patrick Moynihan. Up top is Stemmen and Peter Walton. Idaho wins the draw. Moynihan dances around the right point. He gets shadowed by Mayer. Mayer pushes him and takes the puck away from him. He'll get it to Shea over to Mastrodonato left side, who drops it back to Shea over the line. Mastrodonato left side surveys. He'll drop it back for Shea. Shea will skate back to neutralize voluntarily as Utah's still shorthanded for 10 seconds. Mayo will ricochet it off of A.J. White's skate. Moynihan over to White down the middle. Toe drag, lefty shot saved by Barcheski. Rebound shot goes wide as Moynihan got dragged down. That's going to be a penalty on Utah. As Moynihan, who hasn't scored since mid-October, was firing towards the net on a rebound on an A.J. White shot. And Moynihan got dragged from behind by Connor Mayer. As Moynihan was looking for the second look, Barcheski's slow to get up. As there's a collision in the crease. Barcheski's now on one knee. Mayer gets a 2-minute penalty. 17:42 is left in the second period. Messner's in the box as well as Patrick Cutler for Idaho. As they're serving their double minor penalties. So we're going to skate 5-on-4 with Idaho on the power play with 17:42 left in the second period. As Grizzlies are playing with fire here as Idaho's on their third power play of the night. Utah leads 2-1. Draw one by Idaho, but it goes back to neutralize. C.J. White will sprint after the loose puck. He'll get it to Register. As Register will skate down the middle, he's still in his own end. He'll move it to his left for Over, who helicopters it across. Hoffman gets it off the boards. He'll skate around Utah's net. Now Hoffman back towards the left point. He reverses his field. He'll skate towards the left circle, dangling the puck back and forth. Now he'll drop it. Walker over to Register. He's in the left point of fire. Lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Rebound goes towards the left wing boards. Hoffman left circle. Take a righty shot. He hits the far post. Third post by Idaho here tonight. Walker gets to the far goal line for Jade Miller. Miller slides one up top for Register. Switches places with Miller. Register over to Hoffman down the middle. Take a righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. And he holds on without a rebound as there's 16:56 left in the second. Boy, this weekend, Jake Barcheski's been a brick wall. He saved 28 of 29 last night. And so far, he has saved 12 of 13. A minute, 15 seconds are left in Idaho's power plays. The Grizzlies reshuffle the deck. Cole Fonstad, Cole Gallant are the two forwards. The defensive pairing is Dashke and Gianni Fairbrother. Jade Miller will take the draw for Idaho, crouching down with Utah's Cole Fonstad. Draw one by Idaho. Register on the left side. He'll walk in. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Barczewski. Rebound. Bounces towards the left side. Register feeds it across. Nobody home but a Grizzly. Cole Gallant will backhand it all the way towards Ben Cross, the Idaho goaltender. As the puck slides along the near wing wall. Cross will drop it for Mark Olver. It gets to new Trice. Olver, the veteran. 74 NHL games to his credit, as well as plenty of other pro experience for about a decade and a half. He'll lose his balance. Grizzlies clear it back to center. Register gets around Fonstan. He skates down the middle. Now he steps over the offensive line, stops in the high slot. He'll backhand it across towards Olver. Back to Register, who slides towards his left and gets to Over. Now back to the near goal line for Miller. Back to Over. Up top for Register. Back to Over. Right wing just outside the circle. Take a lefty shot. Save. Rebound shot. Saved by Barczewski again. Miller had the second look on a rebound out in front. Less than 20 seconds left in the power play. Over loses the puck. Gallant sprints into the offensive zone left side. He gets triple teamed. Gallant will throw it to the right point where it's taken by Fonstad, who skates to the corner. Fonstad with good speed. Skates around Idaho's net towards the near side. He'll backhand it to Dashke, who's at neutral ice. Dashke across to Hume. Coming out of the penalty box right now is Connor Mayer. Grizzlies get it to Manning. He skates down the middle. Slot, lefty shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound goes towards Olver. He'll drop it for Pito Walton. It's a successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies. They've been perfect tonight in that department. Wood with 2 goals tonight over to Manning, who lets it go as he got a stick lifted by Pito Walton. Right side, Fitz rams into Over. Puck goes to neutral ice. Idaho will tap it off of Manning's stick. Walton crosses center ice. He'll dump it in as he slashed Dylan Fitz on his way towards the bench. Over to Wood at center ice. Tried to dump it in. It's taken away by Demon, who pushes to his right for Moynihan, who drops it for Cron. Left wing, Cron over the line. Tried to center it towards White. It's poked away by Dashke towards the end boards. Moynihan rams into Brian Hume. Hume gets the puck. He'll dance around. He'll loft one ahead towards Wood. It goes past him onto neutral ice. Demon will slide one to the right corner. Dashke runs it down. He gets there stride before the newest Steelhead, Sinclair. As Manning will tap it off the glass. Far side, he avoids Sinclair's check. Running it down is Demon deep in the Steelhead zone. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the period. Harsh runs into the referee and loses balance of the puck. Sinclair loses it. Craig Armstrong down the middle. He'll move it to the right side for Nilsson, who had a goal last night. Nilsson's now in the right circle. He throws it across towards the left corner. Cade Nilsson gets his stick lifted as he boxes out Sinclair. Sinclair gets tripped up in neutral ice. No call. Fans wanted one. Nilsson, long distance pass, connects to Beal. Left side, he'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound is thrown towards the near corner. As Beal had a good look from the left wing that Cross made a chest-high save on. Svetlikov gets the center ice, so get it to Demon down the middle. Demon over the line, dangles back and forth. He'll veer off to the left. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Barczewski. Jake holds on with 13:56 left in the second. Nobody has scored here in the middle frame so far as Utah still leads 2-1. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Grizzlies trivia tonight is more of a fun fact as Utah leads 2-1 with 13:56 left in the second period. It's very odd that this is the last time the Grizzlies will be at Idaho Central Arena this season. It's the earliest in a season that the Grizzlies have had their last visit to Idaho since the 2007-08 season. That was on January 9th of 2008. Grizzlies won the game 5-4. Some of the leaders for Utah included Scott Burt. Burt had played 7 seasons with Idaho. Burt was a member of the Grizzlies during that year. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. Justin Bourne had 1 goal and 1 assist. Grizzlies head coach Ryan Knasowicz had 1 assist for the Grizzlies that night as Utah defeated Idaho 5-4. That was on January 9th, 2008. That was the last time the Grizzlies had played their final game in Boise for a regular season in the month of January. Otherwise, it's been February, March, even April. The Grizzlies have been here, and it's unfortunate that this is the last time the Grizzlies will be here this season, especially since I get to go on the bus and I get to see these games live. I wish the Grizzlies were here just about every other weekend. Hoffman will throw it in from the right point. Shot goes wide of the mark. Grizzlies back deep in their own zone, skating from right to left. As Mastrodonado trying to throw it out. It's literally kicked by Punnett to stay into the Grizzlies zone. As the puck bounces like a basketball towards Barcheski, and he covers up in front of the crease. 13:30 is left in the second period. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. It's kind of fun when you think about that. 2007-08 roster. Travis Rycroft was on that roster. His brother is part of the Colorado Avalanche broadcast team, Mark Rycroft. Tyler Haskins had a goal that night. Keith Johnson also had a goal, not to be confused with the Salt Lake Bees manager. Draw won by Utah. They're in their own zone. Fairbrother across towards Connor Mayer, wearing number 7. Mayer with the gentle push and a mild arc. Neil Biscuit bounces towards the Idaho line. As Hoffman down the middle steps over the offense line, gets back checked by Gallant, but Hoffman strong with the puck. He'll take a righty shot. Kick saved by Barcheski. As Briley Wood with 2 goals tonight, he'll angle a pass long distance towards the left. It ricochets off the wall. No icing as Trevor Zenz will skate around his net towards the far side. Idaho will tap it to Neutrais. Kumatsis trying to smooth out the puck. Puck bounced off a Gallant stick onto Kumatsis. He's in Grizzlies territory. Neutrais, he'll dump it in. Mayer behind Utah's net, gets to Fairbrother. He'll slide one on to Shea, back to Fonstad, back to Fairbrother, over to Fonstad as he gets held up by Mark Olver. Puck will wobble into the Steelhead zone towards the near wing wall. It's run down by Armstrong. He gets hit in the side by Miller. Armstrong throws to Briley Wood. Wood gets occupied by Matt Register. Skating in to take the puck's Connor Punnett. He'll bounce off the Steelhead. Mick Messner to the right side. He'll skate over across to Wood, who swings and misses from the left circle. Dashke across to Yoon. Over to Messner. He's in the high slot, keeping his balance. He'll fire it off the far wing wall. Yoon will shovel one towards the near side. Run down by Register, who throws it ahead to Olver. Drops it for Miller. Miller time over the right side. Gets to Cron, but the Steelheads are offside with 12:10 left in the second. So draw's going to be at Neutrais after the Steelheads were called for offsides. Good shift by Craig Armstrong. He's got 4 goals in his last 10 games. Armstrong was a +1 last night. He is a +1 or better in 9 different games this season. Messner will take the drives out there with Buell and Dylan Fitz. Grizzlies are going with 17 skaters tonight as Reed Lepster was unable to go. Grizzlies win the draw. Dashke over to Yoon. Back to Dashke. He's down the middle. He directs it back to the right side for Yoon. Outlet pass to Neutrais. Bounced off the Steelhead stick on to Messner. Throws it back to Dashke. Over to Yoon as those two continue to play catch. Pass looking for Messner is picked off by A.J. White. They'll skate towards the right side. Looking for a centering pass. Bounced off a Dashke stick. Grizzlies will shovel it out to center ice. The puck will hip it off to the Idaho line. Run down by Peter Walton. They'll backhand it to Register. Ed to Moynihan, who crosses center ice. Over to Cutler, back to Moynihan, left side. Toe drag. Righty shot is blocked by Yoon. Yoon will dash one off the far glass. Puck wobbles on its side into the Idaho zone. Taken by Register. It's Register around Idaho's net. Manning chasing after him. Over to Cutler, left side. Rink wide feed, angle right. Connects towards Sinclair. Sinclair across towards Cutler. Skates down with momentum, but he overskates the puck. Grizzlies come back up with a Mastrodonado over to Dashke across center ice off his skates onto Register in the near circle of the Steelhead zone. Register skates towards his left, and he'll move it to Walton. Walton trying to get it towards Sinclair. It's jammed away by Shea as the pass was behind Patrick Cudla. Shea still scoreless tonight. He's got 13 goals in 12 games over to Manning. Manning tried to force one back towards Mastrodonado. Puck goes back to the high slot. Dashke has it glide off his stick with a Steelhead. Walton over there, and Nilsson rams into Walton. Idaho over the line. Svetlikov gets occupied by Corbett. Puck will saucer all the way towards Matt Register, who turns it over at the Utah line as Nilsson pokes it ahead. Puck taken away by Idaho. Demon over towards Walker. Back towards Demon. Starting pass to Svetlikov. Shot saved by Barcheski. Or great passing by the Steelheads, but Barcheski denied Svetlikov. Grizzlies have the puck. Shea in his own zone. He skates towards the far wing boards. He'll drop it for Corbett. Across to Nilsson. Nilsson will loft one out to center ice. It's literally kicked by Demon towards the Utah line. Nilsson gets it back. Blue line to blue line pass. Glanced off of Mastrodonado's stick. Fonstad left side fires it towards the net. He got redirected by Mastrodonado's stick wide. Right point, Corbett. Across off of the stick of Ustaski onto Fonstad, who feeds up top to Fairbrother. Around the boards. Grizzlies at the end of a shift as Neil Shea will come off. Idaho trying to force it out. Fonstad kept it in as the puck goes back towards Demon. He'll slide one across to Harsh. He rolls it back to Demon. Demon gets a new try. His hot pass is off Ustaski's stick as it flies into the Grizzlies zone. Barcheski behind his net gets it to Fairbrother across to Mayer. Grizzlies spread the ice as Mayer will bank it off the far boards towards Wood. Wood tried to move it ahead towards Gallant. Goes past Punnett. Gallant with great speed is able to run it down. Gallant back to the right corner for Briley Wood. Up top for Mayer. He'll fire towards the net. Blocker saved by Cross. Left side, Fairbrother fires towards the net. And that got redirected by Thomas Caron. Gumatsis will fly one out towards the Grizzlies line. Puck taken back by Harsh, right wing. He'll whip it around the boards. Wood sprints after it. Miller gets there a stride ahead of him. Jade Miller trying to get it towards Caron. Messner took it away. He'll fire it off the wall for Wood. Wood's got each of Utah's 2 goals tonight. About 9 minutes left in the second period. Grizzlies at center ice. Fairbrother will wing it in. As ends, we'll toss one ahead to Caron. Caron gets to center ice, and he'll zip one towards Punnett. Back towards Caron over the Utah line. He'll throw it to the end boards. Dashke gets rammed into by Caron. Puck goes back to Brian Yoon. He'll slide one onto the left side for Fitz. He'll collide off Zins. Cudla skates in right side. Drops it for Moynihan, who skates the right circle. Back towards his left, and it's knifed away by Messner. Fitz will sky one out to center ice. Messner collides with White. Messner gets the puck. He'll get it across to Dashke. Dashke over the line. Skates to the low slot. He'll take a shot, and he swings and misses. Zins will ice the puck off the far wing wall. And the whistle blows with 8:24 left in the second. So Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw as we've passed the halfway point of this scheduled 60-minute affair. Trevor Zins gave Idaho a 1-0 lead as he scored 2:28 in. Briley Wood scored 2 first-period goals. He scored 5-on-5, 4:41 in, with Andrew Nelson and Cole Gallant getting the assist. And then Wood scored again 5 seconds after a Utah power play expired. That was 9:15 in, with Mayer and Fonstad getting the assists. Utah's 0 for 3 on the power play. Idaho's 0 for 4. We're skating 5-on-5. Nilsson high slot with a blast that goes over the crossbar. Puck will skip towards Cross, who covers up along the near goal line. Utah won the draw. Nilsson with a blast that went over the head of Ben Cross, the Idaho goaltender tonight. Looks like there's a timeout on the ice. Utah leads 2-1. Grizzlies are still looking for a second period goal. They have scored a second period tally in each of their last 15 games. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Utah 2, Idaho 1. There's 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second period. Idaho has outshot Utah 20-17, meaning the Steelheads have a big edge here in the second period. Jake Barcheski's been outstanding. He has saved 19 of 20. In fact, to mention the shot advantage, Idaho has outshot Utah 12-3 in this second period. Cade Nilsson will take the draw, the Nottingham, England native. He's out there with Cole Fonstad and Cameron Buell. Defensively, it's Cody Corbett and Andrew Nilsson. Draw one by A.J. White and the Steelheads on towards Peter Walton. He will direct it across to Matt Register. Races after along the far wing boards. He gets there about the same time as Cade Nilsson. Buell will fire it off the end boards. Fonstad trying to get it back towards Buell. It's taken away by A.J. White. He'll move it to his left for Cudlow. Crosses center ice. And he will shovel one on in as Moynihan goes down as he collided with Cody Corbett. Puck along the far wing. Idaho skating from left to right here in the period. White centers to Moynihan. Take a shot and he scores. Patrick Moynihan just ended a 27-game goalless drought as he gets his first in a Steelheads uniform on a great pass from A.J. White. And we're tied at 2 with 7:52 left in the second. As Moynihan was all alone to the right side, Barcheski dove towards his left to try to make the stop. But Moynihan Well, you could just sense the relief, the sigh of relief on Patrick Moynihan, who scored on opening night for the Greenville Swamp Rabbits in mid-October, and that's his first goal since. Barczewski tried to move towards his left to make a sprawling save, but Patrick Moynihan found the back of the net as we're tied at 2 with 7:52 left in the second. Luke Manning will take the draw at center ice with Mark Olver. This sellout crowd's been treated to an interesting game. Grizzlies win the draw. Mayer left side. He'll helicopter one on to Cross, and Cross will glove it about shoulder high, and he'll hold on. 7:45 is left in the second. Grizzlies will get an offensive zone draw. We had mentioned just before the Moynihan goal that Idaho had outshot Utah 12-3 in the second period. It's now a 13-3 edge for the Steelheads in the second period, as the Steelheads fans in unison serenade Jake Barczewski. Swetlikoff will take the draw against Luke Manning. It's impressive that just about every fan in attendance knew the chant on the opposing goaltender. Idaho wins the draw. They're in their own zone. Pito Walton around his net, and so move it about 10 feet in front of him to Olver. Over towards Sinclair in his Steelheads debut. Will skate towards the left side. He loses his balance. Taking the puck is Johnny Fairbrother. He fanned on moving it towards Masher Donato. Fairbrother runs it down to Utah's end board, so drop it for Mayer around Utah's net, who slides to Masher Donato. He'll let it go to Luke Manning. Manning in a foot race with Register. Puck to the right corner. Manning gets there about the same time as Register, as Manning trying to muscle his way around Register. He'll drop it from Masher Donato. Over to Fairbrother, who slides one behind his back to Shea. Over to Mayer, right wing. He'll skate towards his left. Mayer fakes a shot and gets to Fairbrother near goal line. Over to Manning. One-timer, kick saved by Cross. Rebound, Register. Trying to clear it out. Mayer kept it in. Right side. Shea with the blast. It goes high and wide. Puck rolls long towards the near circle. Idaho moves it out to center ice. Sinclair crosses the center red line, and he'll dump it in. Idaho reshuffles the deck personnel-wise. Three-quarters the length of the ice pass from Immune to Shea. As Shea will dump it towards the end boards. He throws it to the right side. It bounced off a stick as Shea was looking for Fonstad. It rolls off a Hoffman stick onto Cross. He will cover up with 6:36 left in the second. So draws game in the Steelhead zone. Idaho has outshot Utah 21-19. All the good forwards and all the good defensemen that Idaho has, it's two unlikely goal scorers. Trevor Zins in the first period and Patrick Moynihan here in the second. Briley Woods kicked out of the face-off circle. Cole Fonstad will take the draw. Face-offs in the right circle of the Steelhead zone. Puck goes towards the left point. Dashke runs it down. He'll one-handed ahead. Puck bounces like a basketball to Harsh, and he will sky one deep into the Grizzlies zone. Over to the left side. Over battles with Yoon. Puck goes to Neutrice. Wood tried to pitchfork it ahead. Didn't get very far. As Hoffman over the offensive line, he'll drop it for Cron. Cron tried to find C.J. Walker out in front of the net. It glanced off of his stick and it goes wide. Hoffman back to the high slot. Skating towards his left. He'll rim it around the boards. Yoon lifts Walker's stick. As Dashke collides with Cron. Puck in the right corner. Idaho in the attack zone. Cron will skate towards the right point. Gets to Hoffman. High slot. Righty shot. Stick saved by Barczewski. Rebounds to the left wing. Around the net goes Demon. Up top to Harsh. He's a +10 this season. Right side. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by Barczewski. He holds on with 5:44 left in the second. We're tied at 2 as Patrick Moynihan tied it up from the right wing with 7.5 minutes left in the first period. Idaho's outshot Utah 23-19. We're tied at 2 late in the second period. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Draws going to be in the Grizzlies' zone right circles. We're tied at 2 with 5:44 left in the second period. Idaho wins the draw. Demon will push to his right. Harsh over to the left side for Walker. One-timer. Collides off of Nielsen. Sticking it. Flies out of play into the concourse. As hopefully everybody's okay there. We're not really sure, though. Somebody might have been hurt over towards the concession stands. It looks like somebody might have gotten beamed with it. Hopefully everybody's okay over there. Draw's going to be in the left circle of the Grizzlies zone. 5:39 left in the second. Tied at 2. Karan up top to Demon, who's sporting a beard. Over to Harsh on the right side. Harsh will fumble the puck towards the right corner as Messner battles with Hoffman, as well as Karan. 2-on-2 battle as Karan gets pinned to the boards by Corbett. Idaho skates towards the left side. C.J. Walker feeds up top. Demon, he'll take a lefty shot, and that's blocked away by Fitz's stick. Puck at the near Utah goal line. Over to Karan. He'll backhand it to Demon. He's on the left side, dangling back and forth. He'll take a lefty shot, and that bounced off the helmet and into the back of the net. Corbett was battling with Hoffman. That's the second time tonight where a Grizzly player had argued that the puck was played with a high stick. I think it bounced off the helmet of Hoffman. I don't think it hit off a stick. We heard that sound that you would probably hear if a puck ended up bouncing off the helmet, and it bounced off of Hoffman's helmet and into the back of Utah's net. Demon took the shot from the left point, ricocheted off of Hoffman, and the puck went behind Barcheski to give Idaho a 3-2 lead. So Hoffman picks up his 13th goal of the year. That ties a personal career high as a pro for goals. He had 13 goals 2 years ago with Reading in over 60 games. This is only game 31 for Hoffman. He's already got 13 goals. Cudlip trying to shovel it ahead towards Moynihan as Maldonado to Manning, who trying to get to Shea down the middle of the ice. Shea lets it go towards the far wing wall as Idaho scored 2 unanswered here in the second period. Cudlip crosses center ice, steps over the offensive line. Mayer cuts him off. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Grizzlies in control. Manning to Maldonado, who gets towards the left wing, and he will roll one to the left corner. Manning gets hit by Punnett. It's a fan serenade. Jake Barcheski once again on kind of a crazy bounce. 2 of the 3 Idaho goals have been on crazy bounces today. As out to center ice, Punnett skates down the middle. Grizzlies back defensively, 3-on-3. Punnett over the line. He gets taken away by Mayer as Punnett, as he was getting the puck taken away by Mayer. Punnett just pushed Mayer along towards the end boards. Mayer lost his balance. Hopefully he's okay, so he'll get back up slowly. Connor Punnett's going to get a 2-minute cross-checking penalty. 4:15 left in the second period, and the Grizzlies will be back on the power play once again. I think this is Utah's 4th power play of the night. Grizzlies so far in this series are 0 for 5. This is Utah's 4th power play of the night. Idaho's 0 for 4 on their power play. Hoffman's goal that gave Idaho a 3-2 lead was scored 14:53 in. This is the puck we believe ricocheted off his helmet. Thomas Karan and Slava Demon picked up the assists. Fonstad will take the drives out there with Briley Wood and Dylan Fitz. Up top is Brian Yoon and Connor Mayer. Wood's on hat trick watch. He has scored each of Utah's 2 goals tonight. Puck ricochets off of Wood's stick onto Cross, who will cover up. The draw is going to be taken back into the Idaho zone in the left circle. As Wood, the puck just kind of glanced off of Wood, and it wobbled off of him onto Cross, who made a routine save. Fonstad will get a new stick from Jackson Hemper, the equipment manager. Seen a lot of sticks breaking here tonight in the first half of this game. Jade Miller for Idaho crouches down. Fonstad still looking for his first goal as a Grizzly. He wins the draw. Wood slides one to Yoon on the left point. Yoon directs it towards Mayer, gets it off the boards. Mayer gets double team. Register trying to take it away. Fitz rams into Register's back. Puck slides back to Fonstad in the left wing. Over to Yoon in the high slot. Back to Fonstad, who had 15 goals with Cleveland in the AHL a few years ago. Fonstad, toe drag. He's in the high slot. He'll regather himself towards the left wing. He'll pivot towards Wood. Drops it for Yoon. Back to Wood. He's in the left wing. Yoon to Fonstad left side. Fonstad toe drag, lefty shot, saved by Cross. Rebound, wobbles towards the near wing boards. Walton gets it and he clears it out. Less than 3.5 minutes are left in the second period. Idaho leads 3-2. 1:10 left in Utah's power play. Yoon to Fonstad at new try, so across the center red. He'll move it to his left for Mayer, who avoids Zinn's check, but Mayer went down on a glancing blow. Now behind the net, Fonstad battles, Fitz gives Fonstad a basketball screen. Now up top for Dashke in the high slot. Dashke over to Mayer. Dashke's got 7 power play points this season. Mayer to Dashke. Over to Fonstad and the right wing. Grizzlies very patient with their power play approach tonight. Over to Mastrodonato, who replaced Mayer. Mastrodonato left side, righty shot goes wide. Fonstad trying to run it down as the puck's along the far wing boards, but the puck goes out to new tries. Grizzlies have to reset. Fonstad blue line to blue line pass. Connects to Fitz. Fitz over the line. Lays it for Mastrodonato. Across looking for Shea. It bounced off the shin of Dimitros Koumatsis. Shea gets it back in the Grizzlies zone over towards Mastrodonato, who couldn't handle the hot pass. 20 seconds left in the power play. Koumatsis to the right side. He'll skate towards the corner. He lost the puck as it was bouncing off of his stick onto Dashke. Idaho trying to get to Koumatsis. It glanced off of his stick in the left wing. Behind the net, Neil Shea gets it. 5 seconds left in Utah's power play. Shea races to new tries. He gets around Hoffman, who knifes it away from him. Shea gets it back. They're skating 5-on-5. Shea, as he's falling down, fires towards the net. He got redirected by Patrick Cudlow, who clears it off the near wing boards out to center ice. Dashke, about 10 feet in front of Barcheski. Will off the long, he'll bounce a long range pass on towards Demon, who rolls it back in. Barcheski behind his net over to Dashke. He will spin it along the far wing boards out to center ice, where it's gathered by Demon, who picked up a second period assist. So we have less than 2 minutes left in the second. Idaho leads 3-2. Harsh to White on a hot pass off his stick. Puck wobbles towards Messner. He gets hit in the back by Demon, but Messner gets it back to Andrew Nelson. Nelson was the number 1 star last night. Long range pass to new tries, picked off by Hoffman. Hoffman gets around Buell. He'll slide towards his right. Hoffman all alone, backhand shot. Kick save by Barcheski. We get another penalty. And slashing is going to be the call, and I think it's going to be on Utah. As Hoffman got around a Grizzly, skated towards the net, looking for a backhand attempt around Barcheski. Andrew Nelson gets 2 minutes for slashing. As Damian Figueroa made the call. Idaho's back on the power play with 1:28 left in the second period. It's the Steelheads 3 and the Grizzlies 2. Fans making a lot of noise here in Boise. Fonstad's out there with Gallant, with 2 Coles, as well as Connor Mayer and Gianni Fairbrother. Idaho wins the draw. Nobody has a power play goal yet tonight. Walton over to Cudlow off his stick. He'll run it down and keep it in along the left wing. Mayer gets in front of White to accept the puck. And Mayer will slice it all the way towards Ben Cross. 1:12 and counting left in the second period. As Patrick Cudlow, who scored Idaho's lone goal last night, he's got 5 this season, will lay it for Cron. Cron over the offensive line. He gets around Gallant. He stops in the right corner, does Cron. Feathers it up top towards Walton. Walton on the right side gets challenged by Gallant, but Walton gets around him. Walton towards the right corner, over to A.J. White. Back to Moynihan. Scored his second goal of the season. First as a Steelhead a few minutes ago. Up top to Cudlow, left point. Back towards Moynihan. Moynihan skate towards the point. And he'll curl it back to Cudlow. Cudlow skates casually towards the far goal line. Trying to center it to White. Fairbrother couldn't clear it out, though. As Cudlow gets it back, he'll move it to Walton. Right side. Righty shot. It's sticked away by Gallant as the puck flies out of play. With 30 seconds left in the second. So both teams will make a change. We'll go over all the scoring of the first 2 periods of play during the intermission report. We'll also go over some NHL scores, as well as the 2 NFL scores that have been played today. Colorado Avalanche, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, lost 2-1 in a shootout to the Montreal Canadiens. Kirby Doc had the shootout game winner for Montreal. Draw over in the right circle is won by Utah. Mastrodonato will fire it off the far wing boards. The puck will move all the way towards Ben Cross, who cuts it off 5 feet in front of his crease. He'll lay it for Mark Olver. Olver, about 34 years old, but he's still pretty fast. He'll skate down Broadway, gets around Yoon. Coast to coast, Olver with a shot, saved by Barcheski. Puck to the right side as Miller over towards Hoffman. Back across. Over. Fakes a shot. Gets to Hoffman. 2 seconds left in the period. Hoffman fires towards the net, and it's blocked by Yoon, and that will do it for 40 minutes here. As Mark Over, like he was Danny Ainge in the 1981 Sweet 16, just skated past everybody on Utah's defense, and he had a grade A chance on Barcheski, who had to make a nice save. And that keeps it a 3-2 game as Idaho leads after 2. For the first time since November 24th at Tulsa, the Grizzlies failed to score a goal in the second period. Briley Wood scored 2 goals in the first period. Idaho responded with 2 unanswered second period tallies. We'll come back and recap the first 2 periods, as after 40 minutes of play, it's the Idaho Steelheads 3 and the Utah Grizzlies 2. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires because more warranty means less worry. And nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
After 2 periods, Idaho leads Utah 3-2. Steelhead scored first tonight, 2:28 into the contest. Trevor Zinn scored from the right point on a goal that is very controversial right now, or at least it was when it was scored, and it's still controversial as it's a 1-goal game. As Zinn's fired away, the shot looked like it was going to be well high of the mark, and then it got ricocheted. Grizzlies players all thought it was tapped in with a high stick as the puck ended up past Barcheski. Zenz did get the goal. He took the shot, but it ricocheted off of something. But it must not have been a high stick on Idaho. It's not a reviewable play, as we know from Game 5 of the 2023 Kelly Cup playoffs, and Idaho scored on a puck that was played with a high stick to take a 3-2 series lead. This one had a little bit less meaning, but it did give Idaho the first goal of the game, 2:28 in, with Ustaski and Sinclair getting the assist. 2 minutes later, Briley Wood found the back of the net for the first of 2 times in the night. It was 4:41 in, with Andrew Nelson and Cole Gallant getting the assist. 5 seconds after a Steelheads power play ended, Wood scored again. 9:15 into the first period, Connor Mayer and Cole Fonstad picked up the assist. On Wood's first goal, it was scored 4:41 in. Andrew Nelson and Cole Gallant picked up the assist. So Wood's the only Grizzly player to have a multiple point game so far. Wood through 2 periods is a +2. And he's taken 3 shots, with 2 of them finding the back of the net. Utah led 2-1 after 1 period. Grizzlies outshot the Steelheads 14-8 in the first. Patrick Moynihan tied it up 12:08 into the second. There was a big sigh of relief for Moynihan after he scored the goal, which was very similar to when Cole Gallant scored last Saturday against Rapid City. As after all, Patrick Moynihan started the year with the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. Moynihan scored a goal on opening night for Greenville, which was on October 18th against Norfolk. And after opening night with Greenville, Moynihan went 26 games without a goal. He was traded earlier this week from Greenville to the Idaho Steelheads. He had 1 assist in last night's game, and he scored from the right wing on a great pass from A.J. White. And Moynihan scored his second of the year and first in a Steelheads uniform. Moynihan is a former 6th-round pick, 158th overall by the New Jersey Devils back in the 2019 draft. Moynihan is 23 years old. He'll be 24 later this month. Score stayed tied at 2 for 2.5 minutes. Brendan Hoffman scored his 13th of the year as Demon took the shot from the right point, or the left point. Corbett was battling with Hoffman, and all the way from up here, it felt like we heard the puck bounce off of some sort of plastic. We believe it was the helmet of Hoffman as it ricocheted off his helmet and kind of wobbled over Barczewski's shoulder and somehow ended up in the back of Utah's net. Hoffman scored 14:53 in with Karan and Demon picking up the assists. There's been quite a few penalties tonight. They really let them play last night. Both teams only had 2 power plays. Most of them were late in the game. Utah is 0 for 5 on the power, or 0 for 4 on the power play. Idaho is 0 for 5 as the Grizzlies' penalty kill has done an outstanding job. Remember, the Steelheads will be on the power play for the first 32 seconds of the third period as Andrew Nelson continues to serve his slashing minor, which he committed 18:32 into the second. Of Utah's 20 shots, Idaho has outshot Utah 25-20. And we mentioned Utah had a big shot advantage in the first period, 14-8, but in the second period, Idaho outshot Utah 17-6. So through 2 frames, Idaho has a 25-20 advantage in the shot count. Among the 20 shots for Utah, Briley Wood and Luke Manning each have 3. Dashke, Mayer, and Neil Shea each have 2 shots, and a few other Grizzlies with 1 shot through 2 periods. For Idaho, Brendan Hoffman leads the way with 6 shots, including a goal which right now would be the game winner, 14:53 into the second. We mentioned, with Idaho being without 4 key forwards, including this week being without Ty Pelton-Bice and Hank Crone for the first time this season. Connor McEachern and Francisco Arcuri are also out of the lineup. Other guys have had to step up for Idaho, and Brendan Hoffman has really taken on that challenge, and he's been an outstanding forward in both of the games this series. Despite not having any points last night, Hoffman really stood out, and he's been outstanding through 2 periods for the Steelheads. So we'll see what happens here in the final frame. It's certainly crazy to think that it's January 4th, and it's the last time the Grizzlies will be at Idaho Central Arena this season. Idaho will be at Maverick Center 6 times over the next month and a half. And we got some fun promotions when Idaho is in town. The annual Guns N' Hose extravaganza will be on Saturday, February 1st. 2 charity games in the afternoon leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7 p.m. February 15th is going to be a fun promotion. It's the Grizzlies' first ever fishing night, as Utah will look to hook the Steelheads on Saturday, February 15th. That's going to be a 7:10 start. I got to figure out what kind of fishing gear I'm going to wear for that occasion. Grizzlies will be wearing fishing-themed specialty jerseys. And if it's anything like I imagine a fishing vest type of specialty jersey would look like, it's going to be a crazy one a month and a half from now, February 15th, as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads in the second of what will be a 3-game series. So even though it's the last time the Grizzlies will be here this season at Idaho Central Arena, the Grizzlies do have 6 games at home against Idaho over the next month and a half. We'll see if the Grizzlies have a comeback in them. Idaho leads 3-2. They'll be on the power play, are the Steelheads, for the first 32 seconds of the third period. We'll come back and go over some NHL scores on the other side, including a check on the Utah Hockey Club's game against the Dallas Stars, who are the NHL affiliate of the Idaho Steelheads. That's coming up in 30 seconds from now. It's Idaho 3, Utah 2. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Tonight, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate fell 2-1 in a shootout to the Montreal Canadiens. That game played in Colorado. Montreal got a third-period goal from Cole Caulfield, and Kirby Doc added the shootout game winner. The Avalanche's lone goal tonight was scored by Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen led Colorado with 7 shots. Avalanche did pick up a standing point, but it's Montreal that comes away with a 2-1 shootout victory. In overtime, the Dallas Stars get a 3-2 win over the Utah Hockey Club. The overtime game winner was scored by Thomas Hartley. Thomas Harley scored 3:01 into overtime. Matt Duchesne and Wyatt Johnson picked up the assists. Both of Utah's goals were scored in the second period by Matias Michelli. Jamie Benn and Oscar Bach had second period goals for the Dallas Stars. Vejmelka saved 26 of 29 in net for Utah. Jake Ottinger saved 33 of 35 in the victory for Dallas. As Utah did outshoot the Stars 35-29. But it's the Dallas Stars that come away with an overtime victory, 3-2, as Utah's record falls to 17-15-7. The Dallas Stars go to 24-13-1. Other NHL action tonight. Most of the games have gone final. Capitals defeat the Rangers on national TV 7-4. Sharks get a 3-2 victory over New Jersey. Detroit wallops Winnipeg 4-2. Toronto gets a 6-4 win in a high-scoring affair with Boston. Minnesota defeats Carolina 4-0 in a shutout. Gustafsson picked up the 21-save shutout for the Minnesota Wild. Columbus defeats St. Louis 6-4. Those are the final scores. We had mentioned Colorado lost 2-1 in a shootout to Montreal, and Dallas got a 3-2 overtime victory over Utah. 3 games in progress. After one period, no score between Nashville and Calgary. After one period, Vegas has a 2-0 lead over Buffalo. And also after one period, Edmonton leads Seattle 2-0. Pokelzine and Skinner have the Oiler goals, just as everybody expected. Leon Draisaitl does have 1 assist. Early third period, Tampa Bay and the LA Kings are tied at 1. Victor Hedman scored the Tampa goal. Mikey Anderson scored later in the first period for LA. That game is tied at 1 early in the third period. In the NBA, the Utah Jazz come away with a huge 136-100 victory over the Miami Heat. That's right, the Jazz won by 36 tonight. Their record goes to 8-25 this season. Bryce Sensabaugh scored 34 points, just as everybody expected tonight. Walker Kessler had 16 rebounds, and Colin Sexton had 8 assists. As the Jazz come away with a 136-100 victory over the Miami Heat. 2 NFL scores. Baltimore defeated Cleveland 35-10. And late in the fourth quarter, Cincinnati leads Pittsburgh 19-17. That should be a fun ending to that game. We're having a good time here at Idaho Central Arena. As Utah is looking for a third period comeback. Grizzlies led 2-1 after one period. Idaho responded with 2 second period goals, and the Steelheads lead the Grizzlies 3-2. Utah will return to Maverick Center for a 2-game series against the Kansas City Mavericks, who right now are in first place in the Mountain Division with 44 standings points. But they lost 5-2 to the Allen Americans tonight. Braden Watts had a natural hat trick. He also added an assist and was a +5 as Allen defeated Kansas City 5-2. Kansas City, with the home loss, their record is 5-2-1 at home. Believe it or not, though, the Mavericks on the road are 15-3-1. So you talk about road warriors, the Kansas City Mavericks. They've been a 500 team at home. They have really accelerated and done an outstanding job on the road this season. Don't forget this upcoming Friday, which is the next Grizzlies game. It will be against Kansas City in the first of a 2-game set. It's going to be an AFCU Friday with $12 tickets with your AFCU debit or credit card. Saturday, January 11th, is going to be the series finale. Then the Grizzlies will be on the road for 4 games, one in Cincinnati on January 15th, and then a 3-game set against the Bloomington Bison on January 17th, 18th, and 19th. Sunday the 19th is going to be a 2 o'clock Mountain Time Zone start. Friday and Saturday, the 17th and 18th, will start at 6 o'clock in the Mountain Time Zone. Then the Wichita Thunder are in for a 3-game series. January 24th, 25th, and 27th. Remember, Monday, January 27th, is that you can get a family 4-pack. 4 tickets for $48. That's going to be Monday, January 27th against Wichita. And AFC Friday, we'll see the Steelheads in town on Friday, January 31st. And then the Guns N' Hoses Extravaganza. This year it's going to be on February 1st. There will be multiple police officer versus firefighter charity games in the afternoon, leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7:10. There's going to be specialty jerseys and a custom-themed goalie mask, which will be available on the Dash Auction app. And then February 15th, we'd mentioned, is the annual fishing night, the first ever fishing night. Not really an annual thing yet. Grizzlies will look to hook the Steelheads that night, and they will be wearing fishing-themed specialty jerseys for the occasion. That's got to be, for my money, the specialty jersey of the year. I'm not sure what they look like yet, but they certainly should be outstanding. You can imagine what a Grizzlies-themed fishing vest would look like on a hockey jersey. That's going to be a ton of fun. That's going to be Saturday, February 15th. That's going to be fishing night. 2 weeks before that, February 1st, is going to be the Guns N' Hoses Extravaganza. So a lot of fun stuff happening at Maverick Center over the next month and a half. When we come back, we'll have third period action. Idaho will be on the power play for the first 32 seconds of the third period. Steelheads lead the Grizzlies 3-2. You've been listening to the second intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Before the third period, $10 by MIA. I'm going to miss this song. It's the last time the Grizzlies will be here this year, and heavens knows what's going to happen next season. We'll see if the Grizzlies can kill off the penalty to start the third period as Andrew Nelson continues to serve as slashing minor. He'll be in the box for the first 32 seconds of the third period. Idaho leads 3-2. Steelheads will start the third period with A.J. White, Patrick Moynihan, and Peter Walton. Let's see. There's 3 forwards on Idaho's power play unit. Moynihan, White, and Thomas Caron. The defensive pairing is going to be Patrick Kudla and Peter Walton, although Kudla is acting as a forward tonight. Grizzlies will start the third period with Masher Donato, Messner, Connor Mayer, and Gianni Fairbrother. 2 forwards and 2 defensemen on this power play, or this penalty kill unit for the Grizzlies. Utah will skate from left to right as we see it from high atop section 203. In your mind's eye, see it on YouTube. Idaho will skate from right to left. Draw one by Idaho. Patrick Kudla gets it at his blue line. As Kudla will backpedal towards Ben Cross, who's played a good game so far, as Cross has saved 18 of 20. Kudla over the attack line, as he'll drop it in the right point for Peter Walton in his second game with Idaho. Over to Cron, back to Walton. Walton dangles back and forth over to Cron as they continue to play catch. Cron slides to the far goal line from White, back to Walton, down the middle to Kudla. He's all alone, take a lefty shot, saved by Barcheski. Rebound shot, saved by Barcheski again. They'll throw it towards Fairbrother, who clears it all the way out. And Andrew Nelson comes out of the box. Successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies. Nobody has scored a power play goal tonight. As Kudla over towards Walton, who's played pretty well tonight. He's a big 6'2 defenseman. Over to Caron, who skates down Broadway. Now he'll veer off to the left as he'll drop it for Walker. Caron gets it back and he'll slide it along the far boards towards Harsh, who keeps it in. He'll bounce one to Walker over his stick. Walker battles with Dashke and Yoon. Dashke will one-hand it towards the near wing boards for Wood. Back towards where Dashke had previously been. Yoon slides to the left point. Demon keeps it in. He'll will it around the wall. Walker to the right side now versus his field. He trying to shovel it out in front. It hits the side of the net. Dashke bouncing off the far boards. Harsh keeps it in. Gets it to Walker. Now Hoffman tried to drop it back for Harsh, but Harsh was skating back towards the corner. Puck will roll towards the end wall. Harsh gets it. He'll skate towards the left side up top for Demon. As we're a minute and a half into the third period, Idaho still leads 3-2. Left wing Komatsis over to Demon, who'll skate towards his right near the blue line. Over to Harsh, right side. His shot's blocked by Gallant. Around the net to Hoffman. He tries to filter it out in front towards Komatsis. It's picked off by Wood. Briley Wood moves to his left for Dashke. He'll stop at neutral ice and dump it in as the Grizzlies will switch up forwards. Fitz enters the ice, as does Craig Armstrong and McMessner. Messner jams it away from Demon. Armstrong over the line to the left side. He stops to the point, and he will roll it along the roulette wheel over to Messner on the right side. He gets around Demon towards the end boards. Messner stops. Skates back towards the puck in the near side. He'll feed it up top to Corbett. High slide. He'll fire towards the net. It goes wide. Fitz gets dragged down by Demon. No call. Armstrong over to Corbett, left side. Back around. Fitz couldn't reach it. Puck to the right corner. Messner moves up top to Nilsson, who directs it to Corbett. Corbett left side. Lefty shot. Saved by Cross. And he was tumbling down as he made the stop, the big 6'5 goaltender. 17:34 is left in the third. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. It's interesting to think about the two periods, the big shot disparity between the two teams. After all, in the first period, Grizzlies had a big shot advantage of 14-6. Actually, it was 14-8. And then the second period, it was Idaho that had a 17-6 advantage in the shot count. Here early in the third period, Idaho has outshot Utah 2-1. Luke Manning will take the draw. He's got Masher Donato to his left and Shea to his right. Up top is Mayer and Fairbrother. Grizzlies win the draw. Shea gets a stick lifted onto Mayer. Left point, lefty shot, saved by Cross. Rebound out in front of the net. Masher Donato gets held up by Miller. He tried to shovel it towards the net, and it didn't get very far as Thomas Cron will skate to neutral ice. Idaho did a great job protecting their goaltender, Ben Cross, in front of the net. Manning gathers the puck as it glanced off an Idaho stick. Fairbrother down the middle. We're about 3 minutes into the third period. Over to Manning, left wing. Manning over the offensive line. He'll fire a shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound shot. Saved by Cross. The net gets dislodged. And play had stopped. Shea took the shot from the right side. Cross, as he was making the save, rammed into the near post. Took it off its moorings. Ryan Kanasowicz believes that Cross did it intentionally. Utah was trying to buy a penalty, but there was no purchase. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Grizzlies. Manning's still out there with Shea and Mastrodonato. Mayer and Fairbrother are the defensive pairing. Mayer's played a ton of minutes here tonight. It's his third game with Utah this season. He played in 6 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles earlier this season. He had 3 goals and a positive plus-minus rating with Colorado this season. Idaho wins the draw over down the middle. Across the center ice, no roll one in. Barcheski will clear it towards the near wing wall. Shea didn't have a stick, so he'll kick it towards Manning. Masher Donato lays it for Mayer. Mayer's a great skater. He'll get to neutral ice, and he'll skip it in. As it bounced off of Krause's stick. Over. Spins around in front of Masher Donato. He'll throw it behind the net. Turnover. As Utah trying to get it back towards Masher Donato, it's sticked away by Svetlikov. Over to Zenz. Back to the right side. Ustaski got a piece of it. The big 6 lumbering forward. Puck spins to the near wall in the Grizzly zone for Cameron Buell. He gets hacked away by Svetlikov and Sinclair. Puck behind Utah's net. Dashke will backhand it to Yoon along the near goal line. Yoon solicited to Armstrong. Armstrong feeds an angle left pass to Nilsson, who crosses center ice, and they'll dump it in. Cross behind the net to the right side. Yoon will kick it towards Buell, who got spun around by Register. Sinclair, as he's falling down, will clear it out to center ice, where it's gathered by Armstrong for Utah. He'll wing it across to the left wing for Dashke at center ice, across to Corbett. It's sticked away by Idaho's Moynihan on to White. White moves it ahead to Ustaski. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. And he holds on without a rebound with 15:43 left in the third. Boy, Jake Barcheski, this whole series, both last night and tonight, he's done an outstanding job controlling rebounds. Barcheski's really coming into his own over this 3-game stretch. picked up his first pro win last Saturday against Rapid City. He was outstanding, stopping 28 of 29 last night, and he's kept the Grizzlies in it here tonight. Idaho wins the draw. 2 of the 3 goals have been crazy. One off a alleged high stick and another off an Idaho helmet. That's 2 of Idaho's 3 goals tonight. Grizzlies cross center ice. Fonstad skates down Broadway, trying to split a double team. Taking the puck is Reese Harsh as he cut off Fonstad's pursuit. Left point, Nilsson throws it between Gallant's legs. Over to the left corner, Harsh loses the puck. Grizzlies in the offensive zone. Woods on hat trick watch. He has scored both Utah's goals. He gets it jammed away. Fonstad back to Wood. He's in the left point. He fires towards the net and it goes wide. Over in the right corner, Gallant overskates it. Fonstad right side, tried to backhand it towards Wood. Puck is batted away. Idaho comes out with it. White will race out the center ice. A.J. White cross the center red line, and he will curl it in. Barcheski whips it along the near wall. As Corbett moves it ahead, it goes between Punnet's legs. Puck wobbles uncontrollably. Trevor Zins gets it about 10 feet in front of Kraz. Nell stationed himself behind the Idaho goaltender. He's a big 6'5", 190-pound netminder. Over to the right side as Walker jumps around Connor Mayer. Puck behind Utah's net. Kumatsis will roll to the right point. Sends the Punnett, high slot, lefty shot goes wide. Kumatsis over to the right side. He's in the corner. He'll move it to Hoffman, who gets engulfed by Connor Mayer. And Mayer took the puck away from Hoffman. Connor Mayer, the Colorado College product, over to Armstrong. Mayer gets it back from Armstrong. 3-on-2. Mayer left wing shot. Kick saved by Kraz, who stuck his left pad out and made the stop. Idaho out to neutral ice. Hoffman 1-on-2. He rams into Armstrong. Fairbrother takes the puck. As Fairbrother skates to the Utah goal line, he'll outlet it to Armstrong, who skates to neutral ice. Armstrong crosses center, and he'll muscle his way towards the red line, and he'll dump it in. Kraz behind his net will lay it for Matt Register. 13:49 and counting left in the third. Idaho still leads 3-2. Cron right side, lefty shot, saved by Barcheski as Jake held on to the low liner as Cron tried to go 5-hole, and Barcheski closed the door. It's Idaho 3, Utah 2. There's 13:44 left in regulation. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
It's Idaho 3, Utah 2, as the Steelheads are looking to even up the weekend series. Utah got a 4-1 victory last night. Grizzlies had a 2-1 lead after one period. Steelheads scored 2 second-period goals as Patrick Moynihan and Brendan Hoffman each found the back of the net. Utah wins a draw in their own zone. Marshall Donato will move it back to the Idaho line where it's run down by Thomas Cron as we're skating 5-on-5. Cron with a rink-wide feed off the far boards. It goes back to Utah. Yoon gets to Dashke at the Utah line. Dashke back to Yoon. He's along the near wall. Over to Manning, who gets hit in the back by Thomas Cron as the puck goes deep into the Steelhead zone. Register gets the loose puck. He will wheel it along the boards. Register gets hit as he was trying to keep it in. He got hit by Mark Over. Yoon runs it down and gets to Manning. Manning gets destroyed by Jade Miller. No penalty on the play as Manning comes off the ice. Peter Walton runs it down as both benches are yelling at each other. Jade Miller and Dylan Fitz having a shouting match as Jade Miller caught Luke Manning with his head down. Cade Nelson over to Dashke deep in the Grizzlies zone. Across to Corbett. He'll outlet it to center ice for Messner. Messner over the line. He's due for a big goal. He'll slide it towards the middle of the ice. It's picked off by Register. Register will carry it out to center ice. He'll move it towards Sinclair as Buell delivered a hit on Register. Sinclair around Utah's net towards the far side. He'll backhand it to Harsh, right point. Around to Swetlikoff. He'll let it go towards the left wing wall as Demon tried to fire towards the net. It's blocked by Buell as Swetlikoff He gets pinned to the wall by Nilsson. Grizzlies come out to center ice with it. Nilsson gets it knifed away. Messner takes the puck. He tried to split a double team, and Moynihan jabbed it away. Idaho over the offensive line. Ustansky over to Svetlikov. Shot. Shoulder high save by Barcheski. Rebound towards the near boards. Moynihan gets pushed by Fairbrother. Mayer takes the puck. He'll get to Cade Nilsson. Will loft it ahead. Mayer skates around Demon. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Cross. And the Idaho goaltender holds on. Boy, Grizzlies got to neutral ice and just kind of shoveled and lofted towards the Idaho line. Mayer ran it down, got behind the Idaho defense. He went low on Cross. The Idaho goaltender made the stop. Demon did a good job from behind getting a stick in the way, so Mayer probably didn't get all of the shot that he wanted on it. We mentioned with Crosby being a big goaltender, sometimes he has a tough time seeing down low. It's obviously he's elevated a little bit more vertically than others. Utah wins the draw. Mayer trying to get towards Gallant. It stays with Mayer. He'll backhand it to Fairbrother. Shot save. Rebound shot saved by Cross as he denied Cole Gallant. As Trevor Zins gets it out towards Moynihan. He'll skip it to center ice. Run down by A.J. White, who still has pretty decent speed. He'll roll along the boards towards Moynihan. He gets a good side check by Fairbrother. Kudla towards Moynihan. Right side shot. It's blocked by Fonstad. Gallant gets the puck. He'll race out to center ice. He'll move it across off the far boards. Fairbrother over to Fonstad. Utah's over the offensive line, but Idaho comes back with it. Punt it over to the right side. Dashke accepts it. He'll skate towards the right corner. Dashke tried to roll it along the boards towards the far side. It's cut off by Zintons behind his net. Now the puck will flip out to center ice. Messner gets around Kudla. Messner over the offensive line, left wing. He'll race towards the far goal line. Messner tries to feed it out front towards Armstrong. It's picked off by Pito Walton. Walton lifts it out to the left point. Dashke keeps it in. He'll fire it off the end boards. Fitz with the shot. Saved by Cross. As Dashke fired it off the end boards, puck trickled out in front. Fitz took a shot, and somehow Cross was able to make the stop with 10:51 left in the third. But Grizzlies over the last few minutes have done a good job challenging Ben Cross. The Idaho goaltender has just made one big save after another here in the third period. Cross signed a one-year contract with the Dallas Stars back on March 25th of 2024. He's 24 years old, 6'5", 195 pounds. As Grizzlies have it over on the right point after winning the face-off. Hoffman pushes a Grizzly player towards the ice, and that's Manning. National Donato trying to hold his ground. Puck goes to Dashke. One hands it to Shea. He's all alone. Right side, take a lefty shot. Glove saved by Cross. He holds on as there's a big-time pile over near the right point. Puck went towards Dashke, found an open Shea to the right side. Shea went glove side on Cross, but once again, Ben Cross just happened to have his glove right there where Shea was firing the shot. Cross made his Steelheads debut on opening night in the 7-2 victory over the Grizzlies. So it's the second time he's faced Utah. He gave up 2 goals on opening night, and he's given up 2 here so far. Dashke gets held up by Kumatsis. Kumatsis took the puck away from him. He's got good speed. He'll race to the right side. Kumatsis tried to center towards Register. Glanced off his skate. Idaho will move it ahead to the slot. Hume, long-range pass connects to Shays in the left wing. Gets around Hoffman, but Hoffman took the puck away from him on a great defensive play. Walker over the offensive line, 2-on-3. He'll dump it into the right corner as Walker comes off the ice for a change. We're about halfway through the third period. Shea gets a new try, so move it to his left for Nielsen. Cade Nilsson will wobble the puck towards the Idaho back of their net. Fitz delivers a shot on Demon. As Shea gets physical with Thomas Caron over in the right corner. Puck goes to the opposite side for Harsh. Harsh out to center ice, trying to skip one out towards over it. Bounced over his stick. And icing is on Idaho with 9:45 left in the third. Nobody has scored here so far in the third period. Look at a sellout crowd at Idaho Central Arena. Looks like all the suites are filled. This place is packed tonight. Earlier today, over at the Boise State campus, the Boise State Broncos lost on national TV to the San Diego State Aztecs. Fonstad's out there with Wood and Gallant. Can Briley Wood complete the hat trick? He's got 9:45 left in regulation to do so. Draw one by Utah. Corbett left side. His shot goes wide. Corbett played in 35 games in Idaho in the 2017-2018 season. Nielsen got a stick held up by Miller. Miller slashes Nielsen's stick. No penalty, as the officials are now going to let them play. Fonstad tries to dump it in. It bounced off the linesman. Idaho will bounce one off the same linesman as the puck wobbles to center ice. Running it down is Mark Olver. He'll skate to the high slot. He'll push to his right. Thomas Caron surveys. Now bounce one off the referee as Gallant gets the puck. The officials have been in the way quite a bit here tonight. Fonstad near the Grizzlies bench. We'll move it across to Mayer. Mayer gets it off the far boards. The puck bounced over his stick. Mayer over to Fairbrother across the center red line. Now he steps over the blue. Fairbrother trying to get towards Armstrong. It's taken by Wood, who gets double team. Taking the puck away is Svetlikov. They'll move it to the center ice logo. Armstrong will fire it off the far boards. He chases after as the puck goes directly towards Harsh. Demon ahead about 50 feet onto Sinclair off his stick. Puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Connor Mayer runs it down. It seems like every Colorado College player I've seen is an outstanding skater. Fitz lifts it over Punnet's head. Icing's going to be called as Trevor Zins and Craig Armstrong each sprinted deep into the Steelhead zone. Armstrong trying to take away the icing call, and Zins trying to get the icing on Utah. And Zins won the foot race. So Idaho will have an offensive zone draw with 8:32 left in the third. Nick Messner will take the draw against A.J. White for Idaho. White in the 2020-21 season was a big part as to why the Grizzlies made the playoffs. He had 15 goals and 25 assists for the Grizzlies in the crazy 2020-21 season. $8:32 left in the third period. Idaho wins the draw, looking for insurance. Moynihan, slot righty shot, saved by Barcheski. He holds on with 8:29 left in the third. The timeout on the ice. Idaho leads Utah 3-2. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's Idaho 3, Utah 2. There's 8:29 left in the third period. Grizzlies will have Luke Manning, Keaton Mastrodonado, and Neil Shea. The defensive pairing will be Derek Dashke and Brian Yoon. A.J. White will take the draw for Idaho. He's out there with Patrick Kudla and Patrick Moynihan. Up top is Connor Punnett and Trevor Zins. Riley Wood has each of Utah's 2 goals tonight. Idaho's gotten goals from 3 different players. Punnett has the left side. He winds and fires, fakes a shot. White trying to throw it through the crease, and it bounced off of Barcheski. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Shea crosses center ice to dump it in and chase after it. Zins over there as Shea closes the gap. They get there about the same time. Puck goes to the right corner. Connor Punnett gets the loose puck. Punnett trying to deal it towards center ice for Moynihan. It goes wide of the mark, and icing is on Idaho with 8:05 left in the third. It's the last time the Grizzlies will be at Idaho Central Arena during the regular season. Steelheads will be at Maverick Center 6 times over the next month and a half. Idaho's in for a 3-game set at Maverick Center, January 31st, February 1st, and February 3rd. Don't forget that February 1st is going to be the annual Guns N' Hoses extravaganza. Steelheads will be back at Maverick Center February 14th, 15th, and 17th. February 17th will be a 3:10 start. February 15th, the second of that 3-game set, a Saturday night, will be fishing night. Grizzlies have it with Neil Shea. High slot, lefty shot is blocked by Punnett as the puck is cleared out. Punnett races into the left side. He skates, stops along the left point as he won the foot race with Shea. Puck goes to Derek Dashke. He gets around Punnett. Dashke moves ahead to Manning. 1-on-3. Manning over the line. He stops in the right point and waits for everybody else to enter the attack zone. He'll throw it to the right corner. Connor Punnett gets it. He'll fire it from one corner to the other. Mayer runs it down. He fires a sharp-angled shot that bounced off across left pad. Cade Nelson, right point. Moves to the high slot for Mastrodonado. He tried to direct it back to Connor Mayer. It's jabbed away by Brennan Hoffman. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Mayer escape back into the Grizzlies zone with the puck. He's out there with Gianni Fairbrother. Mayer now around the net. He gets around Kumatsis. Mayer races to neutral ice. He'll feed a right wing pass to Armstrong, who gets around Walker. Armstrong across off the far boards. Fairbrother gets a loose puck. Armstrong behind the net. Trying to throw it behind his back for Buell, who was skating towards the net and couldn't accept it. Kumatsis out to neutral ice, over to Walker over the offensive line. C.J. Walker spins around towards the left corner. He gets pushed by Mayer and gets divorced from the puck. Fairbrother over to Cade Nilsson, who races out to the center red line, and he'll saucer it to the right corner. Cross behind his net. Will feed it back to the left corner as Idaho skating from right to left in the period. Will pitch it out to Jade Miller. He crosses center ice, and he'll wobble it in. As Miller chases after it, he collides into Andrew Nilsson, and he packed a wallop. Did Miller. Miller throws to Kron, right side lefty shot. Saved by Barcheski. Boy, Miller with a great pass in the right corner on to Karan. Karan took the shot onto the chest of Barcheski, was able to gather it. 6:30 left in the third period. Draws going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Idaho with a 32-28 advantage in the shot count. Grizzlies running out of time here. Idaho's looking for some insurance. Fonstan will take the draw against Jade Miller. Utah wins the draw. Andrew Nelson will skate along the far wing board, so move it ahead about 30 feet to Gallant. Gallant gets towards Briley Wood, who gets cut off. Puck slides on to Cross, who covers up in the crease with 6:21 left in the third. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Grizzlies will be home for a two-game series against the Kansas City Mavericks. Next Friday is going to be the next game for the Grizzlies. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. Kansas City this year is 15-3-1 on the road. They're about a 500 team at home, but they've dominated on road ice. Draw goes around Idaho's net. Thomas Karan gathers the puck as Fonstan was skating after it. Karan will ice it. Grizzlies chase after it. Not enough steam for icing as Corbin will get the puck. About 6 minutes left in regulation. Over to Nilsson. Rink wide feed to the left for Fonstan. He'll tap it off the far boards looking for Wood, but it's run down by Slava Demon. He'll pitch to the near side for White. White gets to center ice, and he will saucer it on towards the back of Utah's net, still in play. Kudla gets hit by Hume. Moynihan over in the right corner gets a rough ride from Hume. Moynihan throws it back to the corner that he vacated. White and Dashke collide. Now Kudla strong with the puck, gets it towards White. He's on the right side. He dangles back and forth, battling with Dashke. Dashke brushed it away from him. Dashke out the center ice. We'll skip it out to the right side, looking for Armstrong. After the whistle, Connor Punnett with a cheap shot on Armstrong. As Punnett knew the whistle had blown, and he just leveled. Armstrong did keep his feet, but Punnett unnecessarily threw a shot at Craig Armstrong. I'm not sure a penalty is going to be called, though. 5:29 left in regulation. Idaho leads 3-2. We'll come back and find out how this one ends on the other side. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
5 minutes and 29 seconds are left in regulation. We'll skate 5-on-5 as Punnett, after Utah was called for offsides and well after the whistle, delivered a shot on Craig Armstrong. Utah wins the draw. Dashke, center ice, shot saved by Cross. And they'll kick it towards Connor Punnett. Punnett will bouncing off the near boards. Fitz gets double team in the right point. He'll get it to Yoon. Across to Dashke, who fakes a shot. He'll fire it off the end boards. Fitz behind the net. He tries to get it to Armstrong and does along the left wing. Armstrong goes down. Nestor gets pushed by Punnett towards the left corner. Punnett's been very physical tonight. Yoon, shoulder fakes to the high slot. It's jammed away by Kumatsis out to neutral ice. Grizzlies backpedal into their own zone. We get a whistle, and It's going to be a penalty on Utah's Dylan Fitz. As well away from the whistle into the Steelhead zone. Puck was in the Utah zone with Dashke and Yoon, and away from the play, Dylan Fitz commits a penalty. He's in the box for 2 minutes, as there's exactly 5 minutes left in regulation. So Idaho is on the power play for the 5th time tonight. As fans are getting a little noisy in Boise. Steelheads are looking for insurance, and the Grizzlies are hoping to find a way to either get a shorthanded goal or find a way to keep it a 1-goal game. White will take the draw against Mastro Donato. Idaho wins the face-off. Cudley, he's in the high slot. A backhand it to Moynihan. Moynihan dance around. He's got good speed. 23 years old. Second game with Idaho. Over to White. Back to Moynihan. Over to White at the near goal line. Over to Moynihan as they continue to play catch. Moynihan feeds up top to Cudley, who directs it to the right side for Walton. Over to Thomas Cron. Just outside the right circle. Will get it to White. Far goal line. He'll skate in. Throws it through the mouth crease and off the near boards. So went through the crease towards the near side. Moynihan up top for Cron. Over to Cudley. One-timer goes wide. Puck glides along the near boards and all the way out. Deep into the Steelhead zone. Cross will corral the puck along the near goal line. He'll drop it for Pito Walton. Walton acquired in a trade for the Steelheads from Savannah. He gets thrown into the boards by Connor Mayer. Big time hit by Mayer. Has played a strong game tonight. Moynihan keeps the puck in as the puck got airborne. Moynihan over to Walton. He directs it to Karan. Karan will curl it back to Walton. He's in the high slot. Back to Karan. Left side will take a lefty shot. It's blocked by Fairbrother. Taking the puck is Gallant. Fairbrother looks like he's hurt, though, as he will lunge to the bench. Boy, that block shot got Fairbrother good. Idaho over the offensive line as Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, will look after him. Grizzlies clear it out. 40 seconds left in Utah's penalty kills. Dylan Fitz is in the box for 2 minutes. Power play for Idaho. They've yet to score on the power play this series. They're under the offensive zone. Over. Tried to backhand it across towards Hoffman. Grizzlies take it away. Shea, long-range pass connects to Mastrodonado. He's got a breakaway. He'll skate down the middle. Righty shot. Saved by Cross. Mastrodonado trying to go 5-hole, and Cross closed the door. Hoffman, left side. We'll throw it off the end boards. Walker over to Over. He's on the right side. Over dances around. About 3 minutes left. On the far goal line, Miller towards Hoffman. Shot saved by Barcheski. He holds on with 3:04 left in the third period. That might have been Utah's best chance. Who knows if it's going to be the best chance Utah would have over the last 3.5 minutes of regulation. Cross looked like he had a little bit of an opening on the 5-hole. Mastrodonado tried to go there, and Cross closed the pads and made a stop. Utah's had a couple of good chances shorthanded, I believe. If I remember right, Mastrodonado's had 2 of them. Draws, give me the right circle. 3:04 is left in the third period. Smoke him if you got him. Idaho leads 3-2. Waiting for the linesman to drop the puck. Hoffman will take it against Fonstad. Fonstad wins the draw, and Corbett will saucer it all the way towards Ben Cross. Cross behind his net as the Grizzlies are back at full strength. Fitz will skate towards the bench. Matt Register will skate towards the Idaho bench. I'll move it to Miller. He gets around Fonstad. Miller left side, lefty shot. Glove saved by Barcheski. Bobbled it for half a second. But able to regather it and hold on with 2:46 left in the third. Well, Jake Barcheski's played well enough to keep the Grizzlies in this one. Ben Cross has been outstanding on the Idaho side. Shot count in the third period has been pretty close to even. Grizzlies with 10 shots. Idaho's taken 9. Neither team has a power play goal. You know, the Grizzlies are they're last in the league on the penalty kill, but the penalty kill's been huge for Utah tonight. It's really kept the Grizzlies in it. Nielsen over to Corbett. He shakes his hand back and forth as he got slashed by Cron. No call. White centers it to Cron, who swings and misses. Wood gets to Mastrodonado, who pitchforked it out towards the Idaho line. White dumps it back in. It goes off of Dashke, who gathers the puck. Dashke skates around Cron. He crosses center ice right wing, and he will tap it off the near boards. Cross plays behind his net. Dashke closed the gap quickly. Puck to Neil Shea off his stick. As Fonstad off his stick out to neutralize. Barcheski comes off for an extra attacker. As now Barcheski's back in there. Grizzlies might have too many. Idaho fires a shot. Barcheski makes a save. Barcheski stays on the ice. Naswich signals him to stay out there. Less than 2 minutes left in regulation. Barczewski's still in there. Fonstad dumps it in from center ice. Cross will drop it for Kudla. Minute 50 left in regulation. Kudla will ice the puck. Yoon will chase after it. Grizzlies will get an offensive zone drawn. With that, I believe Barczewski is going to come off for an extra attacker. Does Ryan Kanaswich use his timeout? Looks like he gets the clipboard out. And Ryan Kanaswich says timeout. We'll keep it here. 30-second timeout as the Grizzlies look to drop a play to try to tie the game. With the Grizzlies having an offensive zone draw, it's possible that Barczewski will come off for an extra attacker. Utah gives them a little bit of time to rest up Dashke and Yoon. They're probably going to be the defensive pairing. Or if the Grizzlies tie it up, who do you think it's going to be? Could it be Neil Shea getting it once again? Nasher Donato's had some good looks. Do you put Briley Wood on the ice with 2 goals tonight? He's had the hot hand for the Grizzlies. If you joined us late, Idaho scored first, 2:28 in, with Trevor Zins getting his first of the year. Then Briley Wood scored 2 unanswered for the Grizzlies, 4:41 in and 9:15 into the first period. Utah led 2-1 after 1 frame. Idaho got second period goals from Patrick Moynihan and Brennan Hoffman to take a 3-2 lead, and that's where we sit as we have 1 minute and 46 seconds left in regulation. Idaho has outshot Utah 34-30. Grizzlies will have Mick Messner, Luke Manning out there with Shea and Nasher Donato in a defensive pairing of Dashke and Yoon. Utah's net is empty. 1:46 is left in the third. Smoke him if you got him. Brennan Hoffman will take the draw for Idaho. Draw goes towards Utah. Dashke to the left side. He gets rammed into by Mark Olver. And the momentum of Olver's hit put the puck back at neutral ice. Grizzlies dump it in. Zins chasing after along with Luke Manning. Manning closed the gap quickly. He'll slide it towards the far side. Dashke gets there about the same time as Mark Olver. Zins clears it back to center ice. Make that Hoffman cleared it out to center. Nasher Donato flips it around the glass. Puck takes a rough ride towards Shea. Gets pinned to the boards by Zins. As taking the puck's Brennan Hoffman. He'll throw it towards the Grizzlies bench. Yoon runs it down. 1 minute 13 and counting. Hoffman chases Yoon from behind. Yoon loses his balance. He'll drop it for Dashke. 1:07 and counting left in the third. Idaho leads 3-2. Dashke crosses center ice left wing, and he'll zip it around the boards. Kumatsis will throw it past Messner and out to center ice. Yoon out to Dashke left wing. He'll fire it back in. Kraz has a glance off his stick. Kudla will helicopter it towards the empty net, and it goes wide of the mark. Icing is on Idaho. Puck missed the net by about 5 feet towards the near side. So 46.2 seconds are left in regulation. Grizzlies make a full line change. The defensive pairing is going to be Fairbrother and Mayer. Remember, Fairbrother blocked a shot a couple minutes ago. Looked like he was limping badly, but he doesn't miss his shift. Fonstad, Fitz, Wood. Actually, Grizzlies have 3 defensemen out there with Nielsen, Mayer, and Fairbrother, as well as the forward line of Wood, Fonstad, and Fitz. Utah wins the draw. Nielsen to Mayer. He's on the right side. Dance around. He gets knocked down by Caron. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Everybody spotted it. Offside are the Grizzlies. Idaho wants it to be an offensive zone draw. And it might be. They say it's an intentional offside. It's going to be a face-off in the Grizzly zone. I wonder if the game was played at Maverick Center, if they were going to give them the offensive zone draw like that. One of those sometimes you get influenced. So draw's going to be in the Grizzly zone. Barczewski's back in there as there's 36.4 seconds left in regulation. Cole Fonstad will take the draw against A.J. White. If the Grizzlies get into Idaho territory, Barczewski will come back off for an extra attacker. Nielsen gets it behind Utah's net. Over to Fonstad. Barczewski races to the bench. Fairbrother replaces him. Fonstad crosses center ice. 24 seconds left over to Fitz over the line. A.J. White took it away from him. On to register. He will sky it towards the empty net. Racing after it's Kumatsis. He's there a stride, 2 strides ahead of Nielsen. Kumatsis to the far goal line. Nielsen brushes it towards the far wing boards. Running it down to A.J. White. 8 seconds left. He'll throw it towards the near corner. Fitz moves out to center ice. Idaho picks it off, and that will do it. Steelheads get a 3-2 victory, as both teams pick up a victory this weekend. Grizzlies won 4-1 last night. Steelheads come away with a 1-goal win. Neither team scored in the third period. Both of Utah's goals were scored in the first half of the first period by Briley Wood. Everybody goes to congratulate Ben Cross as his record goes to 9-2-3 on the year. Cross had to play outstanding in the third period, and he earned the victory for the Steelheads. Jake Barczewski did a great job keeping the Grizzlies in the game. He saved 31 of 34 with a couple crazy fluke-type goals. One appeared to be played with a high stick early in the first period, and then the game winner was scored by Brendan Hoffman. The puck appeared to bounce off of Hoffman's helmet and into the back of Utah's net. That's how this game was decided. Kind of a crazy affair here in the final game that the Grizzlies will play at Idaho Central Arena this season, and who knows what the future holds for future seasons to come. Final score here from Idaho Central Arena, it's the Steelheads 3 and the Grizzlies 2 as Idaho's record goes to 17-12-3. Grizzlies fall to 9-18-3 on the season. We'll come back and have the post-game report as Idaho comes away with a 3-2 home victory. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
3 stars of the game. Third star was Briley Wood, who had both of Utah's goals. The second star is Ben Cross. Cross saved 28 of 30. He was outstanding in the second half of the game, second half of the second period, as well as the third period. He is the number 2 star of the game. The game's number 1 star, I imagine, would be Brennan Hoffman. He had the game winner. Now the first star is going to be Patrick Moynihan. Moynihan had gone 26 games without a goal and actually went 27 games without a goal. He scored on opening night on October 18th with Greenville. Didn't score for 26 straight games, then was held off the goal-scoring sheet last night in his Steelheads debut. Patrick Moynihan is the number 1 star tonight. Moynihan, 1 goal, he was a +1 and had 3 shots. Idaho scored first. And a goal that had a little bit of controversy. Trevor Zins looked like he was firing it high and over Barczewski's head. Then it got redirected and somehow ended up in the back of Utah's net. Every Grizzly player that was on the ice and on the bench believed that it was played with a high stick. But the goal counted as Zins got his first of the year. Ustaski and Sinclair picked up the assists. Briley Wood tied it up 4:41 into the first period with his 10th of the year. Andrew Nelson and Cole Gallant picked up the assist. Nelson's averaging just under 1 assist per game as a Grizzly over the last month and change. Wood scored again 9:15 into the first on a one-timer from the left wing. Connor Mayer and Cole Fonstad picked up the assist. Grizzlies led 2-1 after 1 period. Utah outshot Idaho 14-8. Late in the first period, McMessner threw a big-time right cross on Idaho's Patrick Kudla, and that was 19:36 into the first period. Patrick Moynihan tied it up 12:08 into the second period on a great pass across in front of the crease from A.J. White. White and Kudla picked up the assists. The game-winning goal was scored by Brendan Hoffman. We heard the puck bounce off some sort of plastic. We believe it bounced off of Hoffman's helmet and into the back of the net on a shot that was taken from Slava Demon from the left point. Demon and Kron got the assists. Hoffman picked up his 13th goal of the year. The 13 goals tie his pro career high. He had 13 goals with Reading last season. And then it stayed a 3-2 game throughout the rest of the contest. Grizzlies had their chances, but ultimately Ben Cross, the Idaho goaltender, was just too tough. He saved 28 of 30. Neither team scored in the third period. Utah ended up outshooting Idaho 10-9 in the final frame. So Utah is now 1-2 against Idaho this season. Steelheads won 7-2 on October 18th. And that was with Ben Cross in net. And then last night, the Grizzlies came away with a 4-1 victory. Last night was probably the best 60-minute game from start to finish that the Grizzlies had played in all season on both ends of the ice, offensively and defensively. Utah came into play tonight with 30 goals over their last 6 games, but they were held to just 2 goals. Got to tip your hat to Jake Barczewski. Kind of a tough luck loss. He saved 31 of 34, but 2 of those 3 goals, are ones that, one allegedly was played with a high stick, and another was a goal that bounced off a player's helmet. There's not much Barczewski could have done about it, and he's really settled in, and he's played 3 solid games for the Grizzlies. And I think Utah's hoping that they can keep the momentum going, and Barczewski can keep the momentum going, and the Grizzlies can continue to play good hockey throughout the rest of January. Grizzlies played a good game tonight, just one of those. You just didn't get a lucky bounce here, a lucky break there, and Idaho just evened up the series. It's one of those where if you're the Grizzlies, you just have to just keep plugging away, despite the loss. And it is a tough place to win here. Idaho, their home record is 10-6-2, but normally they're winning about 65 to 70%, if not more, of their home games. Historically, Idaho's been a tough place to win. Here at Idaho Central Arena, it's always tough for a visiting team to come in here and win. Rapid City did sweep Idaho in a 3-game series early in the year here, but we get a split of the 2 games, and for the Grizzlies, they will have 6 games over the next month and a half against the Idaho Steelheads. For the Grizz, they're facing the Kansas City Mavericks next week. Kansas City is 15-3-1 on the road this year. It's going to be a tough test for Brian Kanaswich's crew. Utah's trying to climb back into the playoff picture. Of the 30 shots the Grizzlies had tonight, Connor Mayer led the way with 5 shots. He was a +1 tonight. Derek Dashke, Briley Wood, Luke Manning, and Neil Shea each had 3 shots. Briley Wood was a +2 for the Grizzlies. Connor Mayer, Brian Yoon, and Cole Gallant, as well as Cole Fonstad, were each a +1 for the Grizzlies tonight. For Idaho, Brendan Hoffman led the way with 7 shots, and he had 1 goal, which turned out to be the game winner off his helmet, 14:53 into the second period. Well, that'll do it for us here tonight from Idaho Central Arena. It's hard to believe that it's January 4th, and over the last 3 months plus of the remainder of the regular season, Grizzlies won't have any games here. It's certainly disappointing because I love coming to this place, partly because I get to get on the bus and I actually get to call the games from the arena the Grizzlies are playing in. That doesn't seem to be the case with many of the other venues. So we've had some fun here this weekend. Grizzlies split a 2-game series against the Idaho Steelheads. Next broadcast of Utah Grizzlies hockey will be on Friday night, January 10th, as the Grizzlies open up a 2-game series with the Kansas City Mavericks. Coverage begins at 6:50. Face-off will be at 7:10 in the Mountain Time Zone. Once again, in 2 hours and 35 minutes in front of a crowd of 5,291, which is considered a sellout here at Idaho Central Arena. Briley Wood scored 2 first-period goals, but the Steelheads got goals from Trevor Zins, Patrick Moynihan, and Brendan Hoffman. And Ben Cross was outstanding in net as he saved 28 of 30. Jake Barczewski was great for the Grizzlies. He kept Utah in it as he saved 31 of 34. We're just hanging out here pursuing our dream. Our dream is to someday get to the American Hockey League and ultimately get to the National Hockey League. And hopefully someday our dreams will come true. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast of not necessarily the final outcome. Idaho comes away with a 3-2 victory over the Grizzlies. We'll talk to you on Friday as the Grizzlies open up a 2-game set against the Kansas City Mavericks. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.